What is happening, Blades? I can't believe we did that robot. It's just, I can't get used to seeing it. Yeah, we might have to work on the entrance. I love the new theme tune, though. The sort of entrance song, Matilda Shakes, EBGBs, absolutely top class from the boys. Yeah, welcome to Behind the Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy. Thank you for joining us tonight for this watch along of our rivals. So, historically, let's be right. So, we do rival watch alongs on this channel, and when we watch Leeds, something usually happens. And let's be right, usually Leeds win. But at least it's a game that we can get into. When we watch Burnley, historically, it's not been the most exciting of games. So I don't care if it's a dull game tonight, particularly if Burnley don't win. So that's what we're going for. The result is the most important thing. Anything but a Burnley win is brilliant for Sheffield. Anything's a bonus. I've been with Joe from Turfcast today. Shout out, Joe. Yeah, and it would be lovely to create a bit of a gap. But I'm not on my own. I'm not on my own to do this watch along. I'm here with a professional broadcaster. It is, of course, Jord Motson. How's it going, Jord?
Very well, thanks. How are you? I won't go
You
far
might as
as
well be. You might as well be.
Broadcaster. Very amateur, but you know, I'll take it. I'll take it.
How you doing, pal? You okay?
Yeah, I'm very well. Very well after Saturday's 3 points.
Oh, mate.
Very happy. Good, great result.
Absolutely brilliant result. Absolutely brilliant result. And as I say, I've been with some other fans today, and it's deflated Sunderland and Burnley that we got a result at QPR, because they thought it might be a tricky place, which a lot of us agreed it's a tricky place to go. But yeah, well, we came out with 3 points, and it's an absolutely brilliant result for us. So we have to keep that momentum going, obviously, at the weekend. But tonight, we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on what Cardiff City can do. Callum Robinson, our boy. But is he in the lineup, Jord? Is he in the lineup? Let's have a little look at the Cardiff City versus Burnley starting 11s. You can talk us through this one, mate, if you want. Here we go.
Yeah, so he's in goal, it's Evan Ovath. And then they've got a back three, Perry NG, Demetrios Goutas, and Joel Bagan. Then they've got a midfield five of Andy Rinamoto, Alex Robertson, Sylvain Mansverk, Callum Chambers, and Callum O'Dowda. And then a front two, Akian Ashford and Yusuf Salic.
Okay, so I can see Callum Robinson there on their bench. I can see Chris Willock on their bench, Ruben Colwell, Aaron Ramsey. So they've got a little bit in reserve. El Ghazi's there. Bloody heck, he's been around the block a little bit. For these, I like Alex Robertson in the middle. I think he's a really good, neat and tidy little player. I think they got him from Man City. And when speaking to Cardiff, from memory, when speaking to Cardiff fans, he was their main boy. I also remember, I think it was Ashford up front that gave us the run around in the cup game.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he's only a young lad.
I know Man Mountain really liked the look of him.
I think he's only 17, and yeah, he did. He had a good game against us.
Yeah, so fingers crossed that continues. Then that's we'll hope he plays well tonight, and we'll see how that goes. Go on then, moving on to Burnley.
So for Burnley, it's the usual 4-2-3-1. Trafford in goal, Roberts at right back, Perez at left back, two centre backs at Egan Riley and Steve. Two centre defensive mids. We've got Josh Brownhill and Josh Cullen. On right hand side of the attacking lineup is Marcus Edwards. Left hand side, Jadon Anthony and Hannibal through the middle with Zion Fleming up top.
Okay, interesting. I don't know whether Jadon Anthony will be left or right. We've got Manuel Benson to come off that. I mean, look at that bench. Look how strong that bench is. Sarmiento, Benson. I know Lyle Foster hasn't really hit the heights this season, but Koleosho. The thing with Burnley, they haven't got a number 9. They have not. They're playing Zion Fleming as a 9. I think he's a 10. We've talked about this before. Josh Brownhill, I really like him, but I think he's been most effective for them in the number 10. A lot of them like him further forward in that 10 role, and he's pushed back in this formation, but he's still a very good player at this level. So it's a good team from Burnley. It is, I have to say, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Cardiff tonight, but we're all Bluebirds tonight, I believe. So we'll see. Let's see what everybody's saying in the comment section. So Joe says, up the 102 Blades. Shout out Dave the Nose. Dave the Nose, he really knows. Does he know? I'm not sure. I hope he does. Hopefully Cardiff do us a favour so we don't need that many. Danny Rule leaving Wednesday and at the end of the season, regardless, maybe sooner. Cardiff win would top it all off. Any thoughts on our neighbours likely losing their manager, Jord? I know you've got some Wendy connections, aren't you? Close to you.
I'll just say it louder so she can hear. I think it's brilliant. No, it's
all right.
It's
You're playing with fire there, mate.
It'd be a huge loss for him, wouldn't it?
Huge loss.
He's done a great job with no money whatsoever. And
the best that could happen is he leaves before Derby.
I think he'll be there till the end of the season.
Do you?
I don't think he'll leave now. I think from what we were reading earlier, he's got a gentleman's agreement, hasn't he, that he stays till the end of the season. But surely, if that's the case, you never know with Jan Seary, to be honest. But you'd be thinking that they're trying to look for a replacement now, and then he comes in at the end of the season. But we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, it's great, isn't it? It's great. Their best manager in years, and he's walking out. Already being clipped up by Connor after last night's 3MB, says Joe. Got to love his back and forth. Let's hope the last laugh is in our court. Joe, you commented a little bit too early, didn't you, pal? Because I can see this is at nearly 5:10, or just after 5:10 in the afternoon you put this. I've come back. Don't you worry. I've fired back at Connor. Seen him today. Leeds aren't arrogant. Leeds aren't arrogant. We are the best, one of the biggest clubs in the country, but we're not arrogant. Honestly, it's absolutely ludicrous what that man comes out with. Marshy back in the starting lineup for Fleetwood. That's good, Andrew. Nice one, pal. Cardiff going very defensive tonight. 5 at the back and 2 holding midfielders. Going all out for a draw. We'll take that, though. What we've got, we'll take that all day long. Evening, Jimmy and Jord. All Bluebirds tonight, says David. Absolutely right. All right, boys, says Daz. All right, pal. Hope you're well. Fran says, now then, Jim, how's thy doing? Can't see anything but a Burnley victory. Fingers crossed I'm wrong. Fingers crossed you are wrong. But we'll see, mate. We'll see. Marco says, hey up, chaps. Come on, Cardiff tonight. They can do us a great favour. They certainly can. Matthew says, afternoon, lads. Let's hope for a Cardiff win or a draw tonight. I didn't even highlight that, but that's what he said. Evening all, says AJR. Good evening, pal. Can't see anything but a Burnley win, unfortunately. We'll see, mate. That's what we're here to hopefully witness. A little upset on the cards. Simon says, just watched a Burnley vid. It's in our hands. Are you sure? Trafford, the best keeper, is good, but if you shove my dead gran behind an ultra-defensive team, she may get a shout for England. Simon, you should have been with me today when I'm arguing with Joe at Turfcast, saying exactly the same sort of thing. He thinks James Trafford's better than Michael Cooper. What a ridiculous man. What a ridiculous man. Jord in the doghouse tonight, then. That's absolutely right, David. Jord will be in the doghouse.
More in the doghouse.
Where have you been today with Connor? Look like speed YouTube dating. we were just at an event thing that it'll be advertised later. It's like a content creators thing that I was lucky to be asked along to. Can't wait for the crowd to go mild as soon as the game kicks off, says Kyle. Tim says, evening, boys. Looking forward to the watch along as always. Thank you, pal. Oh, as we just see Scott Parker making his entrance. What a man. What a man. Just like a catwalk model, isn't he? Ian says, evening all. We can't be any worse off than we were before this game. Burnley win. We're still 2 points in front. If they do drop points, we're better off. 0-0 all over it. Up all the rambles, like and subscribe. Thank you, pal. I really hope you're right. Jord, what's your honest thoughts on tonight? Obviously, the most likely result is a Burnley win. But do you think Cardiff can get out of this tonight?
No.
No, you don't. I do. I think there's a chance they can get.
Do you know what the funny thing is tonight? Because it's usually a boring game watching Burnley, isn't it? So I decided to have a bet.
That's it, mate. Sell the watch along. Sell the watch along. That's a good. No, you don't think you don't think anything but a Burnley win, and it's a boring watch. But carry on, crack on.
Decided to have a bet, so that can be funny. We can have a look at watch along at that coming in. The only problem is I put Burnley in it and then realised that we're watching it, aren't we?
Yeah. So have you put Burnley win to 0?
Yeah. I've had Burnley. Well, I don't know. I've just had Burnley to win.
All right.
I've had sixfold, and I've had these some Champions League matches I've had, and some Championship matches I've had.
Okay.
Might be a League One game. I can't remember off the top of my head what my bet is, but I know I've had Burnley in it, and then I thought I shouldn't have had that because if I want them to lose, obviously, and then realised that we're on stream. So I'm
it's a saver bet, mate. It's a saver bet. Don't you worry about it.
If it if it's coming towards end and it's 0-0 and they're only team not winning, I don't know how I'm going to feel because I'm going to want Burnley to win, for a lot of money. So I've shot myself in foot.
We'll see, mate. Rich Crocker says, evening, gents, Bluebirds all the way up the Blades, Ramble, up behind the Ramble, up the Ramble, like and subscribe. Oh, whatever we want to say. Thank you, pal. Do we think Burnley will let one in tonight? I hope so, Matthew. I'm not sure they will. It might be 0-0 for me, but I'd take that. Love the watch-alongs. Spell it right this time. Thus time, says Ray. Come on, Cardiff. Get the win. Up the blades, up all our rambles. Like and subscribe. Dave the knows. He really knows. Evening, chaps. Evening, mate. I've got your message. Thank you for that. Always brings a smile to my face getting a message from Dave the knows. Callum Robinson off the bench to score the winner, says Ian. Absolutely right. Got my jokes ready if it's a boring game. Oh, well, yeah, you might want to use some of them up tonight, David. We'll see. Waiting to see what you come out with as discussion topics tonight. Song lyrics, sandwich fillers. I don't know, mate. It's one of them. It's a Burnley watch along, isn't it, mate? So we're open for topics of discussion because we won't be talking about the football if it's all like previous streams we watched Burnley on. Scott says, sounds silly, but if Burnley do win tonight, I'd love a Cardiff goal just to kill that momentum of that strong defensive record.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think it becomes a bit of a crutch for Burnley where they would rather shut teams out than like lose the defensive record and sort of open up a little bit with it, trying to beat? I think they've more chance of drawing a game if they're still holding on to this defensive record, personally.
Yeah,
no,
I agree with that.
BT hat-trick today for under-21s. Hope he turns out like Jamie. I hope he does, rather than his dad. R&D injured and came off. Yeah, I saw that. Took a knock, they said online, didn't they? So we'll see. We'll see what's happened. But they won 5-2 today against Birmingham, which is good. Chris says, just got back from B&Q with the fence pay. Nice one. Nice one. Oh, at my stubby fingers, says Ray. No worries, pal. Cardiff 2-0. Come on, Bluebirds, says Simon. So 2-0 against the team that's conceded 9 all season. Would love it.
That. I would absolutely. I'd happily lose if it meant to lose me bet and they won 2-0. I'd love it.
Oh mate, you take it all day long, don't you? Nice as evening, fellas. Glad you got a professional commentator on tonight, pal. As usual, Cardiff win, no other. Up the blades, up the ramble, up behind the ramble. Like and subscribe. Will says Callus Robinson hat trick. Oh, so you're not going to like it then. From the bench incoming. Up the blades, up the full-time ramble. Top man, Will. Hope you well, pal. Michael says if Burnley win tonight, they will surely win against the poor Luton Town at Turf Moor on Saturday, which will put them on 74 points. I think we cross each bridge as we come to it, Michael. I think we'll see how they get on tonight. But I don't think Luton will be a walkover. They've just turned a corner, which you've got to hope for. You've got to hope that is the case. I know they've been poor this season, Luton. But each game on its own merit, they're not great at home, aren't Burnley? Certainly not as good as they are away. So we'll see. Well, don't worry about it, pal. Kyle says, Mr. VO5 in the dugout. We'll find a way to win, unfortunately. Sarah says, Hubby says he's putting £1 on every Dave the Nose prediction. Lol, if any come in, he says he'll be in triple point to buy Dave a pint. Brilliant. Brilliant. Dave will hold you to that, by the way. The Normality channel with Riley Taylor. Evening, fellas. Happy Shrove Tuesday. Thank you, pal. Watching Gillette Labs soccer special because I cannot watch one game and then score updates from the rest. Okay. Thank you for letting us know your plans for this evening. Daz says, I heard sausage release clause is less if a bid comes from a championship club. Southampton likely to wait until the summer. If so, run the risk Man City swoop, though, if he's that good, because he's that good, apparently. I know, mate. I know. Will Man City, can they afford him? That's what I want to know. So that they probably won't go for it. So
I think that'll all depend on how many points they get deducted and if they get relegated.
Very
It'll be
true.
the cheaper Premier Championship, won't it? So.
Could be, mate, yeah. Rev says that attendance is absolutely appalling. What is the attendance, Rev? I ain't seen it, to be fair.
There's hardly anyone there.
Fingers like a Wednesday. All 6 of them. What criteria for a robot tonight, then, lads? It's a Cardiff goal, surely. A Cardiff goal. I'm roboting. I might do more.
Depends. I don't want to jump gun again.
Well, not bothered. Have you started saving for my season ticket yet, George? Says Dave the Nose.
Depends, doesn't it? I'll decide after Saturday.
Plus, I am new to the channel. Well, welcome, pal. You are very welcome, and thank you for joining us. 1-0 Burnley tonight. Nailed on, says Luke. 0-0s. They love a 0-0, though, don't they, Luke? So we'll see. Yes, Sarah, says Dave, in terms of the pint on offer at triple point. Michael says, can't wait for the showdown between Trafford and Cooper next month. The 2 best goalkeepers in the championship. I can wait for it, to be honest. I'm not looking forward to it. I don't think any Burnley fan will be looking forward to it either. And Matthew says, I heard Real Madrid are coming for him. Yeah, that's true. That'd be trouble, wouldn't it? That'd scupper Man City's plans.
Might be Bayern Munich when Pep leaves Man City, company goes to Man City, and then
yeah,
Bayern, innit?
Yeah. Cardiff winning Jimmy's streak, it, mate. We're trying to build the channel, not nuke it. Come on, let's be right. Unbelievable. Right, we're about to kick off.
It's Burnley to kick off.
Yeah, Hannibal. Let me get thingy on. You'll be able to tell me if you can hear it or not. Can you hear that?
I don't know if it's my TV or yours. Hold on, let me turn mine down.
All right.
I don't think I can. Not from my side anyway.
And guess what's making a return? The scores on the doors are making a return. They were a popular edition.
My eyes on the scores as well.
Top man, thank you. Well, we've got Michael in chat who usually keeps us posted. Burnley love a 0-0, but Cardiff love conceding goals, says Magic. Whoa, says Magic. We'll see.
Let's have a prediction for all 4 games in Championship then, and see if we get anywhere near. So, first game on list is Cardiff-Burnley. So, what's your
1-0 Cardiff?
I'm going to go, well, they're in with a chance already here. Oh, that's just Jaden Anthony in sight box. He looks to curl it, and it's saved by keeper. I will go...
You're in front of me.
2-0 Burnley.
2-0 Burnley.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, then 5-0 Cardiff.
Good lad. That's more realistic.
Hull
Plymouth. Do you want to go for Hull Plymouth then? You go first for this one.
I'm going to go 1-1 with that.
I'm going to go 1-2.
1-2.
Yeah.
Millwall Bristol City. You go first.
1-1.
Yeah, I'm 1-1 in that one as well. And then Preston Swansea.
I'll go 1-0 Preston.
And I'm saying 2-1 Preston.
Okay.
So we'll see if we get anywhere near.
In the spirit of the evening, Pob Lucuada glass. Don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means. But come on, Cardiff.
Well, sure, but yeah, what does it mean, Tom? Help us out. Dortmund like the sausage roll. Could be going home, says David. No, they'll be going to Southampton, mate, I think. 2-0, says AJR Gamer. 1-0 Burnley, says, whoa, it's magic. We're all Cardiff, aren't we, tonight only? Yes, we are, Mike. Yes, we are, pal. 4-0 Burnley, says Cowboy Paul Young. Dallas Cowboys fan. 0-0 Cardiff. Okay. 3-1, says AJR. 2-0 Preston. 2-1 Hull. Okay. 0-0 for this game. Hull will lose 1-0. Millwall will win 1-0. Preston will win 2-0. Okay. Wow, that ground looks empty. I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. Millwall 1-1. Rich, here's the results here. 2-1 Cardiff, 2-2. 1-0 Millwall. 2-0 Preston. Up the Ramble, down the Burnley, says the righteous one. Evening, Jimmy. Hope you're well, mate. I'm very well, thank you, pal. I will be even better if Cardiff can do us a little sneaky favour here. 3-1 Hull, says AJR. I think, don't write off Plymouth's new manager. I really like him. Carl Robinson, 1-0 Cardiff. Fingers crossed, says Mike. Oh, mate. It'd be unbelievable, wouldn't it? Unbelievable. Good man, text. Cardiff nailed on now. Because what did text say? Where is it, Cowboy?
4-0 Burnley, weren't it? I think.
Yeah, I don't know if he's removed his comment or what, but can't see it anymore.
Cardiff ball from free kick into the box at back sticks. Headed back across onto the penalty spot. Dead tennis here at the moment.
Jord, you're in front.
I'll pause it. I'm on time check.
See the chance first, mate. See the chance, don't worry. Wait till this phase of play is gone.
It's gone out for a throw-in. So time check.
Okay, time check for me is 3 minutes, 55, 56, 57.
Bloody hell, I'm about 5 in front. All right, hold on.
Oh, it's there. 4-0 Burnley is said. As old Dallas Cowboy. Yeah.
Should have a time check again. So I'm on 4 minute 12, 13,
14, same. Yeah, nice one. It does look empty, doesn't it? Look at them blue seats. And down here where you can see on,
Yeah, there's no one on that second tier as well. Up main stand.
My word.
They've been like that most of this season, though. It's not like, I think there were only Swansea game I remember seeing. Obviously, that was quite busy, but that's a derby, isn't it? So you'd expect that.
Ridiculous from Connor Roberts there, giving away a needless free kick. Sarah says, you're right, Ray, very sparse. Go on, mate, sorry.
No, I was saying we're proper trying to drag him down to the floor, isn't it? It's another, called the free kick in, probably halfway in there, half, isn't it? In Burnley half, but take a free kick to the back post.
Robertson.
Bounces up, looks like it in hand, but they played on. Perry NG on the right-hand side. Cuts back onto his left foot, looks like he's going to cross it. Goes away towards the keeper, curling ball in.
Decent effort, that. That'll be a shot on target.
Yeah. Good start, Cardiff. Good start.
Perry Nug. Nice one.
I don't think he had a bad game in Cup against us, if I remember rightly.
He's not really had that much of a look in, I don't think, this season for them. He's not been getting in lineup from what I remember. But he's not been a bad player for him. Michael says, Robinson's on the bench. Any result apart from a win for Burnley will be a great result for the Blades, says Danny Boy. Yes, it will, pal. It will. Scott Parker's had an haircut. Why was that not front page news? Mike says, chat will be ahead of you guys. Only by a second or two, Mike. Don't worry about that. I'm not too fussed. Missed out on Wednesday away tickets, Jim. Gutted. Sorry, Ev. Sorry, mate. How'd you get on, Jod?
I think I might have got some, you know.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to rub it
in. Yeah, all right. Empty behind Trafford. It's empty behind Trafford. Yeah. There's hardly anybody there, is there?
Talking of Trafford, be empty at Old Trafford soon. I know we are crap there going. Bloody hell. That's become a bit of a joke club, hasn't it? Since Fergie left.
Yeah, it has. Ridiculous.
We just got Burnley in possession now. I think it's Marcus Edwards on right hand side. He kills it in with his left foot to back stick. Jaden Anthony's in the box and acres of space. You
were right, by the way. It's Jaden Anthony on left, isn't it?
Yes, it is. There's every chance they'll swap though.
Yeah, there is.
In between,
they're both on their opposite foot, aren't they?
Yeah, it's back
so out. Edwards, the left footer on the right wing, and
Anthony's right,
the right footer on the left wing.
Yeah, Burnley just comfortably knocking it about at the moment. Lucas Perez has it. Comes back into Steve. Egan Riley at Marcus Edwards. Is he going to have a run at his defender? Dancing with ball. It comes back to Egan Riley. Edwards has it again. Connor Roberts down near the corner flag. Is he going to try and cross it in? He does.
Oh, got to stop the cross.
Cardiff managed to head it away. It's come back out.
Burnley, it's a free kick.
Early receipt ball, and he's not given the free kick. It's Jaden Anthony. Ball's played in. Keeper collects it.
Just.
I don't. He's not a great keeper. That over.
No, he ain't.
I think he's got a mistake in him, hasn't he? From what
Joe from Turfcast were telling me today, if they don't get 6 points out of the next 2 games, which is this game and Luton, he thinks it could be done, or it'll be very hard to.
I think if let's say that if they get 2 draws, let's say, so they'll be what are they behind us at the moment? 5, aren't they? So they'll go to 3 points. But then if we win Saturday, what will that take us in front again? Is it 5 back to 5 or 6?
We'll be 6, won't we? If we win and they draw 2.
Yeah, of course. So I wouldn't say it's done. So I couldn't bring if it were like 12 points, then maybe I'd probably say I think we're near enough there. But I still always think at 5-6 points.
I agree, mate.
It's only 2 games. It's close. Too close to my liking.
Good pass from Annabelle. Jaden Anthony now on left hand side, just into the box. Gets it onto his right, rolls it back. Now out on left hand side again. Jaden Anthony, Josh Cullen whips it in, and it's a lovely clearance from the defender because I think Zian Fleming were creeping in round back there. Jimmy, don't get the issue with my predictions, Ian, because you're useless at predicting, Paul. You thought Willa Tula would be one of the top goal scorers in Premier League, I think you said to me, Dad. Empty behind Parker sold his new haircut to Vogue. Yeah, that's probably what happened. That's probably what happened, David, to be honest. Danny Boy, the only game for me, what makes me nervous is the Burnley match away, as I reckon whoever gets the result will be the favourites of grabbing that second spot. I think we're going to win at Hillsborough up the blade, says Danny. I think Coventry at home is a tricky one as well. Joe says Cardiff will lose tonight 2-0. Hull 1-1 with Plymouth. Bristol City will win at Millwall and Preston will beat Swansea. Okay.
It's Jaden Anthony on the left-hand side looking to go in box. It comes to Perez. And he's offside.
Thank God for that. Mike says nobody wants to go to Cardiff away on a school night, not even Cardiff. That's true. Would you take Harry Maguire back?
Yeah. He's not going to come back, but I would.
I'd take Illiman and Die back. I'd take Dean Henderson back. Yes, I would. I'd take Kyle Walker. Yes.
I think there's more. I think if we go up, there's more chance. If you out of them names you just mentioned,
Kyle
more
Walker.
chance of Kyle Walker than any of them. Are all them three? Sorry.
Rich says he's better than Kyle Walker. I think he's younger than Kyle Walker, isn't he? He was clearly past his best a little bit now, but he still would be the best player on Sheffield United books by a country mile. Who you got the weekend? We have got Preston at home, mate. Preston at home. Jod's doing a ramble on the road for Preston at home. So that'll be good. Sunderland is still not out of it, says Michael. We'll see how we get on at weekend. This game will just be attack versus defence. Cardiff have set up to defend but can't hold out for 90 minutes, says Scott. Yeah, that's what you were saying, weren't it, to be fair, earlier, Scott? That's how they'd set up. Can you imagine Maguire and Walker in the Blades back line if we go up? I don't think we'll get Maguire, mate. He's playing for Man U, isn't he, in back three? And he'd be too expensive for us anyway.
How much do you think Man U would want for him? I've got a figure in mind. At
least 20 million quid, at least. And I think his wages would be 200 grand plus.
Yeah. He's not going to. He's probably. I can't see him wanting to just not at this moment in time drop to. What's most we're going to offer him? 70, 80 grand a week, something like that.
Tops, yeah.
So he's not going to drop.
And he'd be highest paid player ever on that as well. So
yeah. There's too much money. There's other players we could get for cheaper.
I agree. I'd rather have Harry Suter for 10 million quid on 50 grand a week. Personally,
do you think he could do it?
I'm not convinced. Same type of player, not as good as Harry, obviously, but same type of player.
Is that a sign?
We can't afford Harry Maguire.
Thinking like, if we come back down, he's good enough to come down with us into Championship, rather than a player you want to keep because a decent player would get to keep us in Prem.
I think you've got to have an eye on both of those scenarios, haven't you?
Yeah, I get it.
I know what people say about the best of the Championship isn't good enough for the Premier League. Oh my God. Cardiff centre half just dancing around and being pressed on edge of his box. Manages to get it away.
Isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Have to just give him some credit earlier. Cardiff come across halfway line. I think Dowda is currently on the ball.
Burnley aren't amazing, you know.
Tried to play. I'm not massively worried about him. But
it's just grinding out results in it. But we're doing the same.
That's it.
Scott says one of the advantages of bringing back Walker or Maguire is the press suddenly wanting to succeed due to the story of it, which would take some pressure off. I don't think Maguire's anywhere near coming back, to be honest.
No,
I don't think it's a possibility. Do either of you think Jeff gets on the first team bench this season? Says Simon. I think he's worth a gamble to change a game in the last 20 minutes. Yeah, I think he probably could, Simon, if he keeps coming on for 21s. I know what I mean by coming on. I mean progressing in the 21s like he is doing. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see him on the bench.
I'm not too fussed if he doesn't, because I'm happy where we are. It'd be a great if he's good enough to get into the first team. It'd be a great addition to have. You know, coming off at bench, bit of pace, causing defenders trouble when they're tired. But I'm not too concerned if he doesn't. Because
there's a big difference as well for level he's been playing.
Yeah, if he's getting games in under 21s, it means he's learning a bit about English football.
Correct.
And he's getting used to culture over here and stuff like that. So I don't mind it.
Ev's jealous that you've got Wednesday tickets, mate.
Sorry, pal.
Mark says, what time you guys in TP on Saturday? I'll be there usually about 1:30, I think. I'm
going to try and aim for about 12:30, 1:15 Saturday, so I can get plenty of
Oh, yeah. Bit of a sesh for Ramble on Road.
Nice. Yeah, content in, yeah.
Good lad. 40 million for me. He's playing currently. Yeah, Maguire, yeah. Probably. What team is AGR game? I think he's Leeds, pal, but AGR, you can answer that yourself, pal, but I'm pretty sure you Leeds at you. What's triple not tipping? That's triple. All right, yeah.
Ben Shepherd's turning up this week.
Joe from Turfcast said today that they have to be above us on the last day of the season because Blackburn won't help Burnley. He more or less said they would make a lot of changes. Yeah, maybe. I don't think any team's going to throw it, are they? Cardiff ball into box cleared by Steve.
It's 15 minutes gone at the moment, and it's a typical Burnley match already.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Every time we do a watch
Sunday dinners, whatever we want to talk about, get your comments in. Mike says we seem to be good at grinding teams down to get them 3 points. Teams like Burnley don't get ground down really. Draw written all over it.
Just thinking, Jim, we might have to rename Watchalong's Hot Topic because you never know what topic we're going to be talking about.
That's true, mate. That's true. What's your favourite Sheffield United goal ever, George?
Mine is Michael Brown volley against Wednesday.
Correct. Which is the right answer to the question, by the way.
I think that goal was unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely unreal. Michael Brown, what a player he was, by the way.
It was my first full season watching United, having a season ticket that year.
Really?
And it couldn't have been a better season to start watching. Well, I know obviously we didn't sit with triple assault season, but that goal, that match and the Forest match, I don't think I'll ever forget. And I don't think many of us will ever forget either.
The Jagielka volley as well were amazing.
Yeah, against Leeds.
Yeah.
When it bounced up. Funnily enough, I'm on that video because me and my brother ran up pitch when we won that game, and we run up towards Jags. And if anyone actually does go on and watch it, you'll see me. I'm in a white coat. Bearing in mind I'm about 7-year-old, I think it is 8-year-old, and you just see me do a little a
white coat.
Pump. Yeah,
nice.
Little fist pump in a white coat. It's like cream color, or a creamy coloured coat.
Okay.
And you see me do a little fist pump like that, and if anyone watches that now, it's brilliant.
I'll have a look back at that now. Michael says, why isn't Wilder playing holding from the start? I don't know if that's bait, Michael, because I think everybody knows my thoughts on it. But look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it at the minute, I suppose, is the ultimate answer. He's the manager, he chooses the team, and we won the last game with Robinson and an L, so that's probably why.
I think someone had a fair point. I don't know if it were on 90 after 90 or in one of his chats. We don't seem to be honest, I don't think we do give him enough credit. We all seem to be waiting for him to make a mistake and then to jump on it with Robbo. He ain't the best defender, we know that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's done that bad either.
No, I agree with that. I think
if he was going to drop him for Holding, he would have done it now. I think Holding's been here long enough to have forced his way in, and he hasn't.
Mm.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, what's Robinson done to get dropped? That's the other side to it.
I don't think he has, it? His last mistake, I think, it come against Sunderland. I think is what I can remember, and that was New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So I think we've got to give him credit because Holding's come in, and he's probably stepped his game up a bit, hasn't he? Because he wants to keep his position in team.
Yeah, absolutely right. One player I would take on loan if we went up would be Lindelof from Man U. Not much game time at Man United. I think we'll play well alongside a Nelton, still pretty young. I think he would do well under Wilder Jimmy. I don't know much about him, really. I think it's very unlikely that... Hang on, here come Burnley.
Goal into box, and it's a goal. Perez on the left-hand side. Just crossed the ball in. It was like a low cross. Just sort of chipped it over someone's leg. I think it were Brownell's making a run in, completely unmarked. Probably 10 yards out. Volleys it into keeper's bottom right.
Brownell again. It's a good goal.
Got all space in Wilder then as well. Just wait for replay to try and describe it a bit better. Over that running up. Yeah, Perez. Yeah, Perez had it. Played it into Anthony, who played it back to him down near byline. He then just whips the ball backwards, and Brownell is in acres of space on his own, not picked up. It's number 12 who loses his man, and that is Callum Chambers. Completely loses Brownell. It actually takes a deflection, to be honest. I think he's tried to play it across goal, not at near post. And it hits Perry and G. The keeper's already diving across goal, and it goes in at near post.
Yeah, they did well there. They did well.
Not a good start.
Not a good start, mate.
You need to update the score.
Banner. Yeah. Any others gone in, mate, while I'm doing it?
No, 21 minutes gone in every game, and Burnley is the only goal up to now. Champions League have only just kicked off, so they're all 0-0. Aston Villa won 3-1 earlier, if anyone didn't see
that. Yeah. Sorry, Danny. Lindelof, I think we need to, I might be wrong because it may be a completely new strategy, but I think we need to write off these big Premier League earners. I don't think we'll be paying like seasoned professionals who are on the books at big clubs a huge wage. I don't think we'll do it personally. That's just my opinion. Matthew says, are there any news on any other new signing? We got the other new signing we got from Nigeria. Not seen him in the 21s or anything. Nowhere to be seen, is he, Matthew? I'll try and find out, but I've nowhere to be seen.
I still think that's a work permit issue, me.
Yeah, it will be. It will be, but
otherwise he'd be here, wouldn't it? Because obviously
why announce him though?
Yeah, of course. I agree with that.
So it's annoying, isn't it? Yeah, Pal Leeds says AJR. Josh says, any idea where the Nigerian lad is not been in 21s? Ray says, I think if we're up with a game or two spare, it will get in the team, Chris. We'll give him a debut. Yes, if we are, yeah. If there's nothing to play for, I think Jeff might get a go in the team. I like the Jeff signing, even if we never see him, says Will. With how he's settled so far, I don't see where we lose money on him with how he's taken to the 21s. Yeah, agreed. If we do go up, says Rev, just getting the best out of the champ won't be good enough. We need to go for it and buy proven regardless of price, or we'll be destined to be a yo-yo club. So if we buy proven and we still get relegated, then we are in huge debt. So, and I know you say sell them, but we didn't have the option with Ian Brewster. We wouldn't have got the money back. We wouldn't have got the money back for Ollie McBurney. It's never that simple. It depends what your attitude to risk is, Rev. And as somebody who's not invested in the club, it's easy for us to say spend as much as you can and go for it. It's not quite as simple as that. So it may be different under new ownership, and I hope it is.
Think they'll spend. I do think they'll spend because there's no way an investment group's coming in, and this is no disrespect to Prince Abdullah either, because he didn't absolutely be able to keep us there, did he? But they're an investment. They want a return on their money.
You've got to invest in assets, haven't you? You've got to invest in, like Cooper's an asset, £2 million. You're going to get 20 million for him when he goes, hopefully.
Yeah.
So it's those sort of deals, isn't it, where you buy him at 22, 23. Under Prince Abdullah, we were buying him at 16, 17. And then we're getting like Sidney Peck and stuff like that coming through to first tier now. So
yeah. And how much did he cost Peck? 150, 150k?
150 grand, yeah, I think so, yeah.
I mean, for us now, and other fans might not agree with this, but I think for us as Blades, that's a 15 to 20 million pound player already. I think. If you're going on young English talent for prices that they go for these days.
10 to 15 maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, he's established himself in a championship, a top end championship team, and he's not looked out of place. There's been a few games where he's dipped, probably due to fitness and playing every single game. But I think we could easily get, like you said, then I'll agree with that, 10 to 15 mil on him, which is a very shrewd bit of investment, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Mark says Lee Evans against Borough in terms of an actual strike. The technical ability for that goal were unbelievable. Here come Cardiff.
Summed that up. Cardiff had a chance on like counter-attacking then. Keane Ashford were trying to run through. They were got across the halfway line. There were only two Burnley defenders back. He tried to take him on, and he slipped and fell over. And that just literally summed it up.
Oh, dearie me.
Well, at least one team's winning on me better. Unfortunately, it's Burnley.
Yeah.
So I'll have a time check. I'm on 24, 22, 23, 24. What you on, Jim?
24, 27, 28, 29. Just looking at PNUK's latest stats with most viewed Sheffield United channel this month. That's good. Or last month, should I say? Nice one. Oh.
Ashford in it down in the corner. Is he going to play it to Rinamoto? He doesn't. Surely it's going to come back to Ashford. It's Mansberg who has it at the moment.
Oh, nice.
Just turns his man. Comes back centrally though to Perry and G, and they're going backwards a bit at the moment, just trying to rebuild.
So organised, aren't they?
Yeah, the defence is ridiculous. Ashford looks to take his man on, but he comes backwards. That's surely a foul, referee. It is.
A foul, that.
And this is a chance for Cardiff to get the ball in box and potentially try and cause a bit of trouble.
Danny says Pesh against Forest in that playoff match. Yeah, for the pure emotion of it. Absolutely right. Akinbaye and Tong at Hillsborough takes some beating as Mark. 1000% agree with Michael Brown. My lord. Says Matthew, not your lord. Baldock against the Swans or Ender against Brighton. What a strike that was, by the way. I think it was
both of them.
Goal. Yeah, both of them.
Do you know what the worst thing for me? I missed that Baldock one. I were in Manchester. No, we're in Manchester for Kelbrook versus Amir Khan. And we wanted to get over there early enough, to get checked into the hotel.
Yeah.
So I didn't go to the game that day. And when I saw the replay, I was fuming.
Let's have a look. Des says, hi, lads. Our Burnley playing, sat watching Hull. Better. They're the better side, mate. It's no surprises here, to be honest. Pretty dull, but on top. Joe says, a few interesting shouts in the combined 11. I did on Twitter about the last two promotion seasons this year. Basham and Sharp missed out from the 11. Joe, I have a few issues with this combined 11. You had David McGoldrick and Billy Sharp in the same category. So you could only pick one of the two. And in your second striker, I don't think you had either of them in that one, did you? So tough one that. I think you should, if you're going to do more than one category of it, then you can own more than one selection, I think, if that makes sense. That was me, Jordan Pal. Don't know which bit. Burnley look a class above Cardiff, but it's all boring. Keep possession sideways football, says Chef Steele. Yes, oh Lord, Michael Brown, says David. Closely followed by Bill Punton's winner against S6 when day before the game, they were making fun of him being old and bald. Your dad must remember that one, Jimmy. I'll ask him, pal, because I don't. Matthew says, what about Ndai's solo goal against Fulham or Blackburn? So good. Absolutely brilliant bits of individual skill. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that were class to
watch. Robbo and Anel dropped a mistake against Sunderland away, to be fair, says Toddy.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Game over, says Matthew. Usually is, isn't it? Usually is when Burnley go one up. Robbo just consistently makes poor decisions. Last mistake was the pen against Borough. You can't be holding players in the box. Right. You're asking for trouble. Zip for me. I can't comment on this. Oh dear, Burnley in front. Game over. So what's everyone else's plans tomorrow, says Scott? May as well turn it off, says Magic. Will says, be so harsh to drop Robbo for holding at this point. Has to be after a deserved moment. If he was dropped after Leeds, would have been harsh too. Almost pinning a tough result on him.
Yeah. Sorry, Cardiff are just in box here. Dowda. Burnley have got themselves organised and they're coming backwards. He's tried to play it in. The shot. He's in the post. I think it was, is that number 22? So that's Salek. Yeah, I think it was Dowda on edge of box. He just chips the ball centrally over Burnley's defence. Steve tries to get an head on it, completely misjudges it. And Salek he volleys it outside of his left foot. And it hits the post. That was a chance.
Weak effort. Could be another 7-0 here, says AJR. Game over, says David. Evening, chap, says Kelv. Could see you enjoyed that one. Up the Clarets, up the Ramble. You were quiet till you scored, Kelv. Didn't hear from you. Brownhill's got 11 goals and 4 assists, says Sarah. Yeah, well, I think it's his farewell season, Sarah, so he's trying to give him what he can. Here comes
coming to Bramall Lane.
Corner to Burnley now. May as well turn it off now, says Tazzy. Thank you, pal. It was at the Leeds game. Who was at the Leeds game, Mark? Oh, Lord Michael Brown. Setting the league on fire again, says Kelvin. Yeah. All right.
Blowing it.
Brownhill on a free next season, get him in. I'd love to. If we go up and they don't, Tazzy, I think that's something we could look at. Real Madrid are beating Atletico. Interesting. Thank you, Michael. Corner to Burnley.
It's played short.
Go
on, Jim.
Anthony on edge at box, left-hand side. Plays it inside to Cullen, who whips a cross in. I tell you what, that were almost identical.
Should have scored. Lovely curling ball into the box from Cullen. And again, Fleming, completely unmarked. No one even picks him up. He's got a free header, about 6 yards out, and he heads it wide. Huge
Fleming, not a number 9. Will says, I can see the Jimmy Dunn signing happening regardless of league. Me too. Almost seemed like Dunn was coming with one eye on right back too, not just dropping Robbo. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Simon says, sorry, but I just do not have the confidence or trust in Robinson. He's good backup or rotation. Cup games when in the Prem, but he's shown us what Harry Souttar's shown us what we could have had, inspiring the best out of our defence. I agree, Simon. You know I agree with that. Yeah. Darren said earlier that Russo has financed the 2 development players, says Ian. Have you still got plans to interview the Prince? Absolutely right, Andrew. Yeah, it's just getting together now. It's been such a busy schedule for us as well as Prince having a well-deserved break as well.
Yeah.
AJR says, I think Peck could go for more. Look at Archie. No, I'm not sure about that. Archie's a lot younger. We'll see, though. We'll see. He's certainly on the right track. Here come Cardiff.
Backstick. Get it backstick. Oh, it's
corner ball.
Well blocked by Ian Riley.
There's worse things to be than a yo-yo team. One great season every 2 is better than praying to come 17th in the Prem every year. That I completely agree with. Completely agree with that. I don't mind it. Simon, how much for One if Soldi was bought under the same strategy as Peck? I think you'd want Will Asula money now for One just because we don't need to sell him.
He's got a big contract. Now.
Short corner. Whipped in, but it's deflected. Trafford's going to punch.
He's going to get a foul on keeper.
Yeah, foul on keeper.
See that coming a mile off.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, we own it. He signed a new deal, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. 5-year deal.
Yes, he's got a long, long contract. You'd want big money purely because of potential. Or you don't need to sell him.
My favourite goal is the Dean Saunders with the throw-in. Absolutely right. Great shout, that, Paul. Great shout. How good was Peter Unlove, by the way?
Yeah.
We're good. We're good. Tony Curry against West Ham, says Ian. I'm sure my dad will agree. For me, Ryan Leonard against Borough. That was Lee Evans against Borough. Not Ryan Leonard. That was a good one, Paul. Meaning the Dean Saunders throw-in.
Remember,
I would have loved growing up. He was one of the players who was top of his class. Ian Rush, when he hit the crossbar, just for him to pull on a Blade shirt was a dream come true for me. He was a shadow of himself, though, weren't he?
Remember in that same season, Triple Assault, we're talking about Brownie's goal against Pigs.
Yeah.
He did another one against Ipswich in Cup. It were not identical, but ball come out. It were about 25 yards out.
Oh,
it got headed out at box, and he were similar sort of distance, and he volleyed it straight into the top corner again. That one against Ipswich. So it were a very similar type goal. I think that could come up there with one at best goal this season as well.
Do you know, the thing is, I'm just watching this game. Burnley, we're better than Burnley. I'm not saying they won't finish above us because they might, because they can do what we do in terms of grinding out results. But we're better than this Burnley team. They are nothing special. Nothing special. Hello Leeds fan here, says Math. Come on, Bluebirds. Absolutely right, pal. Hit the post, says Ray. Lee Evans against Borough. What a volley, says Jack. So close, says Tom. Des says, not what I wanted to hear. Hull, it's back and forth. No real shot on target. If Hull want to stay up, they're not going to play in like this. Chris was at the Leeds game, the new Nigerian kid. Interesting, thank you. No, Jimmy. It was meant for you to pick just one of the options, and the top two would be part of the team. It's only 4 options per poll allowed, so I couldn't do a big list of everyone. No, but what I'm saying is, if you do 8 strikers on 2 different pages, you should just allow it for, you can select any of the 8 on either page. The way you had it, I think, was that you could only select 1 out of 4 and then 1 out of 4. And Billy and Didsy were in the same selection. That's from what I remember, Joe. Rev says, I would much rather be in the Prem and get 17th and carry on building than be a championship fighting for promotion. I disagree, Rev. Not every season. Obviously, we want to be in the Premier League. But to finish 17th in the Prem, you're getting beat 20 times a season. So it's not as fun as it sounds being in the top league. We should know that from experience.
Sorry, Burnley just counter-attacking here.
Yeah.
They're in box. It comes back onto the penalty spot. Jaden Anthony, he goes to have a shot. He kills it wide. It's been a goal
Craig,
in...
thank you, Craig. Much appreciated. Sending me a nice gift in the post. You still think John Joe Kenny will come on a free? I think that ship might have sailed, Matthew, to be honest. I might be wrong, but I think it's more likely we get Jimmy Dunn. And as has been said, it looks like he might come as a right back, to be honest.
Is that? Do you think it's definitely true what Wilder said? I know people were saying it. I didn't see it. I missed this bit when he said we'll see you in summer.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
So
that's an assumption. That's an assumption. He definitely went up to Jimmy Dunn after the game, but that's what's been assumed he said. And it would make sense, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a very wilder thing to do. 20. He's not old. He's not old.
What, like mid-20s?
Yeah, I think mid-20s. Let me have a look.
He's still a young enough lad. He needs to come in and got a long career ahead of himself here, and he's still.
Oh, 27. 27. So that's not bad. Not bad. Born in October.
Yeah. Arsenal are winning 2-0 at PSV, if anyone's interested.
All right, okay.
That's one of the teams I've got mid-bet.
Kelv says, Brownhill, Connor Robertson, Egan Riley, all out of contract at the end of this season. No promotion, and I suspect we lose the 3 of them. Good. That's good, mate. That's good.
I'd love to take Brownhill. When we got
Riley.
Yeah, I'd take him. When did we
I'd take Connor Roberts as well. I'd take all three of them players.
When did we get linked with Brownhill? We got linked with him at some point.
I don't know. I've not seen us officially linked. I know I've been trying to link us
this season.
I know I've been trying to, but I think it's likely they go to Premier League.
Yeah.
Whatever happens. Maybe not Connor Roberts, but Trafford's a bloody good keeper, says Mike. But I hate the bloke for some reason. He's a bit of a house, isn't he? But you don't mind that if he plays for you. Marshy scores, says Andrew. Scott says Marsh scores. That's what we like. Marsh goal, says Jack. Michael says, I was watching a Leicester City podcast, which included content creators from Southampton and Ipswich discussing their wretched season, and they all said they can't wait to get back to the Championship. There you go.
That's what it makes you feel like, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. Burnley again in the box. Cardiff are poor.
Cullen. Oh, it's deflected.
Oh, we don't want it to fall to him. Blocked.
Good defending.
Burnley fans saying the same thing when they watch Sheffield 2. I think you're about equal. Sheffield United. Math says Blades are much better than Burnley. Definitely. I so hope that us, Leeds and Blades go up. It will be anti-football to see Burnley go up. Oh, Esteve, we have rasping shot that gets blocked. That's poor.
Throw-in. No, has he kept it in? He has. And the Cardiff player just stopped. Jaden Anthony into the box. Good defending from Perry and G, and it goes out for a corner. So just update you on my bet, Jim.
Go on then, mate.
I've got Arsenal, they're winning 2-0.
Yeah.
Real Madrid winning 1-0. Borussia Dortmund winning 1-0. Burnley winning 1-0. Birmingham winning 1-0.
Yeah.
Preston, who were drawing with Swansea.
So you've gone for all favourites?
Yeah, but I put £5 on it. Pays 265 quid if it comes in.
Nice. Drinks on you then on Saturday.
Oh, just as we speak, Bolton has just equalised against Birmingham.
Corner from Burnley. Jaden Anthony. It's whipped in. Cleared by Cardiff. But out to... It's back out with Jaden Anthony out left-hand side. Cullen. Back to Cullen. Jaden Anthony's going to have a shot here. Aims for far post.
2-0.
2-0.
How easy was that?
Just picked them off, didn't they?
You know the problem what Cardiff got here is they're not sticking to the men. How many? That's 3 or 4 times now we've seen ball go into the box, and there's a free man every time.
And that is game over. That is game over.
100%.
Jack says, loving the content at the minute. So many different opinions. As I think Hamza has been poor at right back when he came on against Leeds and against QPR. Love to have Femi there against Preston for the attacking outlet. I'm not sure we'll do that, to be honest, Jack. We might do because we're at home. But I think he likes to bring Femi on as an option.
Oh, it's Fleming who heads it
back across.
Yes, it was Jadon Antu at ball, weren't it, on left-hand side at box, right on point. Played a curling ball to back stick. Zian Fleming completely unmarked, heads it back across goal, and Steve, who is completely
no press on
unmarked.
Anthony either. No press, completely unmarked, like you said.
There's 3 defenders. 3 defenders that are there, and not one of them has got Steve or Fleming. That is absolutely Sunday League defending at best.
What's your favourite moment for Sheffield United that gives you goosebumps? I mean, it's not really an action moment. I loved the interview with Chris Wilder on the pitch after we'd won promotion. After they forget the maths moment, and he's crying on pitch. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. FV says, can't believe Burnley are 3rd. They're awful, an awful boring team. How are they 2 points behind you? Baffling. I know. Is that Steve Bell? Who's Steve Bell? No idea. Joe says, yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but I couldn't find a way to make it so you could only pick one of all the strikers, but it wouldn't let me. I'll try it again and see if I can. Don't worry, pal. I'm only messy. It were a good little poll, to be honest. Little Bully says, I prefer scrapping it out in the Prem as wins are a lot more valuable and memorable. Yeah, but they're so sparse, aren't they? That's the problem. It's a long season. Might be a daft question, says Rev. Do we have a director of football or does Wilder select the signings? Just unsure how the recruitment department works now. We don't have a director of football. We've got a recruitment team. And then the board are involved with Chris Wilder in terms of... Chris Wilder's got a big say. Oh. Nice.
Got it. Kills the ball to back stick. It's a free header. It's a goal. Yeah.
Goal for Cardiff. Burnley concede.
Do you know what good thing is? On Bet365, if the team goes 2-0 in front, it's a tick. That's it. They pay it out of that. So now, come on, Cardiff. They can win 3-2 for me.
Right. Nice.
Happy days.
Jim, will the Blades go back for Suter once he recovers? I hope so, Michael. It wouldn't surprise me at all. This is a nice little goal from Cardiff.
A good header. Who is it who puts ball in? Number 23.
Bagan. Yeah.
Mm.
Is it Bagan?
Yeah, it is, yeah. It's defensive error, really, there. Tries playing it back to Connor Roberts. He's played him short. A sliding tackle from Cardiff player. Bagan picks it up left point at box. He kills it into essentially, doesn't he?
Not over yet.
At least they've conceded. Hopefully that gives...
Finel, I won't want to mess with it.
Hopefully it drops a bit of confidence at the back.
Is this Paul Walker commentating?
I'm going to have to turn it up one sec. I'll have a look.
Yeah, it's my mate.
It is. Should we just turn Paul Walker up and let people listen to his commentary?
Normally I don't rate this guy commentary, but I really rate Paul Walker. So if people want to mute us, that's fine. I'm not offended.
I love him, and I love the fact that he loves Blades as well.
Ian says, it was me that said Wilder said that, tongue-in-cheek, I'm not a lip reader. No, but I can see it being... Why else would he approach Jimmy Dunn, Ian? Yeah. So I can see it being... It's 2 and 2 together, might come up with 5, but I can see it making 4 as well, to be honest. It does make sense. Star have just this evening reported on Dunn, says... what have they said? If you do finish 3rd, do you think you get out through the playoffs, says Des? No, I don't. I don't think we'll... I think... If us or Leeds, and it's very unlikely that it happens to Leeds, drop out of the automatics, then I think we'll both be on the floor going into playoffs. Whereas I think I think Sunderland are favourites for playoffs because they will be ready for it. They'll have had 2 or 3 games to get their head round being in there. Burnley might miss out on last day. We might miss out on last day. Conor Roberts wants to go back to Swansea. Interesting. Sorry, George. Go on, mate.
As it stands for me, I think you missed out Coventry.
Yeah.
If they can keep the run up and keep a bit of momentum,
the form team, aren't they? But
they're the informed team. Yeah, they're going to lose a couple.
There's 11 games to go, isn't there?
But if they can keep that up, yeah, I still won't rule them out. But I think that's probably easy to say at this moment in time because of how informed they are.
Mark, if you can keep jinxing us like this, pal, I'd love it. Cardiff are horrific here, not to come. Chris was sat behind us at the Leeds game. Nice. And it's 2. So, yeah, Burnley now 2 points behind us, but goal difference will be huge now. Danny, for God's sake, Cardiff. Kel says, to be fair, United have barely set the world alight this season. For all your talk, I think you've only scored about 4 goals more than us, 3 now. I think we try to win games, whereas Burnley just try and kill games and win by the odd goal, Kel. That might be changing now. You've got a couple of flair players back in the side, but it's nice to see you concede, pal. Steve is superb. Yeah, he's a good player. Cardiff are so poor, says Matthew. You can tell him behind up comments. Steve's the best defender in the league. He was unreal at the lane, says Mark. Matty says it's not just the mistakes with Robinson. He puts doubts in the back line. I agree. You can see Anel being drawn out of position to help him out. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I blame Jord Motson's bet, says Fran. Yeah, me too. Who's down here?
I didn't see it. It's Egan Riley for Burnley. We're coming together. Ball went up in air. They both gone for headers, and they've absolutely smashed each other with heads, clash your heads. I didn't see it were for Cardiff, but there were a minute added on. But there's going to be quite a bit of time added on.
Yeah, there is.
On top of that for its injury.
Ian says Cardiff are shocking. I agree with that, to be honest, they are. Dean says Cardiff are garbage. It's not Burnley that's out special. Yeah, I agree. End of the day, we have to concentrate on our own results, says Ray. Keep on winning, and there's nothing the rivals can do. Goosebumps has to be Mel Reese walk around the pitch at Wembley. Before me, that part, to be honest. Got one back. Yes, says David. Yes, Cardiff. Tom says, and the clean sheet run is over properly this time. Michael says it's the first league goal Burnley have conceded in 2025. Unbelievable. That is March. Where's the robot, lads? I meant if they go in front, Dave. When they're pulling one back. Come on, mate. Come on. You know. You really know. Cooler King says clubs have to aspire to get into the Prem. Villa went down. Ooh. Mike says that's JJ Watt not coming out of retirement now. Never mind. Getting Cardiff 1-2. Says Dino. Burnley defence is human after all, says Michael. Come on, Cardiff, says Kel. Come on, Cardiff, says knock off Nigel. Get in, says FV White. Des says, I was watching a podcast yesterday from a Leeds fan. He said, we have 16 unbeaten and 1 draw, so we're falling apart. Sarcasm, I assume. It's that haircut. It's jinxed them, says Nigel. Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope he goes skinhead next game then. 15. Who's 15 for Cardiff, mate?
It is Silver Mansberg.
Oh, yeah. Never heard of him. Simon says lots of favourite goals, but that semi-final game against Forest is a toss-up between Pesh twisting and turning and putting ball back in the back of the net, or Walker's own goal in the same game. Yeah, that was sweet, to be fair. Connor's talking about you, Jimmy. I think about the video you did. Oh, bless him. He's saying he's not asked about wearing a United top if he has to. Oh, is there a chance that he might have to wear a Sheffield United top after Leeds have absolutely stormed the league and there's no chance anyone catches him?
Has he gone back on his word again here?
He won't. Neither of us will go back on his word, mate.
I don't think he'll go back on his word of wearing one. I mean,
no, he'll wear it. They're
going to comfortably win league and then they're getting twitchy bum time.
They'll win the league, so I'll end up wearing it. But I think we will both stick to our word, to be honest. I would certainly hope he does. I like Cov for the playoffs, says AJR. Yeah, certainly at the moment. We don't want playoffs, says Kel. No, we don't.
No.
Clubs have to aspire to get into the Prem. The Villa were relegated a few years back. I think you're a Villa fan, aren't you, Cooler King? And only got up through a playoff after 3 seasons. First year back was terrible, but look at us now. Think big. Yeah, but you've got a huge infrastructure, an ownership model that's got, is it close to billions? You've got significant financial backing, and that doesn't guarantee you anything, Cooler King. You've done well to establish yourself again in the Premier League, and you're now a force in the Prem. Money doesn't mean everything, but I think you do need to have a real go at staying up. And if you don't, then Forest came so close to dropping last season. And look at them now, because they've managed to hold on. The better Forest, they went for it, didn't they?
Now, I think, innit?
Yeah.
So they nearly went down first season. They weren't comfortable last season, were they? And now they're in Champions League position. So
that's right. Half time, by the way, at Cardiff. Certain automatic places going down to the last game, up the Ramble, up behind the Ramble, up the Tyrese Campbell. Nice, like that, Adam. I thought Cov said Si. Coventry 7 wins out of 8. Their only defeat was at home to Leeds. Yeah, they've still got to play Burnley though. So, in terms of, I know we're on about Cov playoffs. We've got to play Coventry at Bramall Lane. I'm pretty sure Burnley have to go to Coventry, which is good. My goosebumps moment, says David, was, I'm presuming like your dad's at the end of the West Ham game, that TC goal, they played You Can Do Magic homage to the best player I have ever seen for the Blades. Yeah, I mean, he's my dad's favourite player of all time. I'll drop the article in the WhatsApp group. Thank you, Sarah. FV White says, still sticking with Leeds and Sheffield United top 2. I'll join you there, pal. I'll join you there if we can agree on that. I'm happy with it. The stress, John says, the stress that Suter put himself under playing for Australia and us was too much for him. Needs consideration if we go in for him. It's probably not a bad shout. Because he did look laboured in a couple of performances as well. I thought he looked.
Do we know
he wasn't himself? But go on, mate.
Do we know why he chose Australia? Because his brother plays for Scotland.
I know. I don't know.
So and I think with the form that he were in for us, he'd walk into that Scotland team.
Absolutely, he would.
There
must be a significant reason, mustn't there?
Yeah.
Arsenal 3 up now, says Michael. Hoping for a Burnley win, says Nige. Hull win. They go above Cardiff. Are you a Hull man then, Nige? Fair dues. Burnley are 2-1 up. Yeah. Half-time 0-0. Hull are boring, says Tez. As other results right, George? Is it still 0-0 at Millwall?
Yeah, it's all three other games are all 0-0 half-time.
Okay. Josh says, just finished my pancakes. Is the scoreline flattering Cardiff? Are they in with a chance of getting some? I think it's flattering them, to be honest. But it's a great time to score, so they may come out with a different impetus in second half. But we'll see. They've been poor, to be honest, first half. We have got money, yes, says Cooler King, but we had money when we were in the relegation fodder under Steven Gerrard. True. This is what I mean. It's not all about money, is it? What's made the most difference is a top quality manager. Unai Emery's been brilliant for you, hasn't he? He's like one of those transitional managers. He's not quite the Arsene Wenger that turns you into a top 4 side permanently, but he's up there with that. He's like turned you into a European club again, I think, Auntie. That's the way I sort of picture Unai Emery at Villa. Michael O'Donnell says, hey, big Jim Bob, come on Cardiff, come on Leeds. Thought Connor was a bit biased the other day, not admitting that you had the first half hour at least. Mate, don't expect it from him now, unfortunately. Old big time McGilligan. But Jimmy, Forest cheated with all those signings and got done by FFP and PSR. That's how they stayed up. They'd have got done if they'd have gone down, but they didn't, did they? That's the risk they took, Michael. That's the risk they took, and it paid off for them. It's a huge risk because if it doesn't pay off, then you're done, aren't you? They could have been in real bother. Burnley still got to play West Brom as well. Oh, have they? That's good. Didn't know that. Did not know that. But I suppose that evens out with our Wendy's game, because as much as West Brom are a much better side than Sheffield Wednesday, there's an X factor in there to our game at Hillsborough. So I like football, but not Burnley. Burnley can... Correct, right. Correct. Villa only stayed up because refs watch wasn't switched on. Otherwise, it was them, not Bournemouth, to go down. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely right. Madrid derby is now 1-1. Righteous One says, Burnley are so jammy. I'll choke out a Penguin if they come second. Leave the Penguins alone. Right. Righteous One. Jack says, if we do go up, what positions do you think we need to improve on? In my opinion, only Anel, Vinny, Cooper and Hamer can step up, potentially Burrows. So I think if we stay down, Jack, I think Anel, Vinny and Hamer go. So that's going to be the contrast. I think you're probably right that Anel can step up, Vinny can step up, Cooper and Hamer can step up. Burrows, I don't think will be a Premier League quality player, but I think he'll be our starting left back in the Premier League, if that makes sense. So I think he'll get the chance to do it. Arblaster, I think, will start in our centre midfield. I think Tyrese Campbell will get a go in the Premier League and Tom Cannon. But I still think we need to up the overall quality level of the squad. We're nowhere near a Premier League quality squad. Nowhere near it. We need a right winger. We need are we going to sign Brereton Diaz permanently? Probably. I think Callum O'Hare would be interesting to see how he goes at Premier League level, because he started off quite average, I think, for us this season, and then he's become one of our most important players, but still has moments where you think he gets brushed off the ball a bit too easily, and he hasn't really always got an end product. So he's going to have to up his game if he's going to become a Premier League player. But
yeah,
we've got a good nucleus there of players, I think, Jack. Dublin Blade says, who's playing better, the sheep botherers or the dog botherers from Burnley? Just in from work. What's the game like? So I would say, George, you tell me if you think different, but I think Burnley have been on top, sort of cruised to a 2-0 lead, really, with no real resistance from Cardiff. And Cardiff, who've had a bit of a puncher's chance throughout the game, caught them with a decent move. And now, hopefully, we can only hope on the outside chance that a bit of momentum comes with that, bit of a momentum swing, and Burnley get a little bit nervous after conceding the first goal in ages. But Burnley have been the better team by a distance, I would say. Forest got a points deduction when they're overspent. That is the question. Does a team take the 4 to 6 points deduction and be able to spend whatever we want? Maybe. Oh, Cardiff have scored, says Helen. Absolutely right, they have. I'm asking about if scores updated, and I've still got a 1-0 to Burnley on there. Thank you, Helen. Thank you.
At least someone's watching that, because we're not.
I know.
Too busy checking me bet, aren't I?
Yeah, I know, mate. I know.
Disgusting,
right in front of his eyes as well. Thank you, Helen. Jimmy, how do the Blades survive in the Premier League when they'll surely go up with the gap so big? When they will surely go up. I'm not sure we will go up, but I hope we do. How do COH Sports and Wilder navigate survival in the Premier League? We need investment, don't we? We need significant investment. Yeah. And I think you buy assets. I think you have to protect yourself as a club by buying assets in the mould. And I don't mean you'll get these bargains all over the place, but in the mould of a Michael Cooper, where you spend £2 million and you obtain a £20 million asset. Those are so rare to find. It's not something that you easily get. But we're not going to spend. I have never seen Sheffield United overspend in terms of pay big wages, for example, and sort of take the chance of becoming a sustainable Premier League club. I think we will try and do it. What's the word? Evolution, not revolution. I think that's how we will approach it. So that's my thoughts. George, any thoughts on how we could survive in the Premier League? Which I don't even like talking about. We need to get there first, but
we're going to have to spend. I'm not expecting like every player to come in a 20, 30 million pound. I'd like to see us dip into the foreign market in a sort of sense of what Brighton's done and Brentford, bringing players that might be 10 million pound, but have got the pedigree to be able to make that step up and have a sell-on value, like you said, exactly like you said. We're buying an asset. I think we all know we're going to have to spend money. Otherwise, it's going to end up similar to last season, and it'll be embarrassing, and we'll come straight back down again. But as long as we buy players that, like I said, they don't have to be stupidly expensive, but have got a sell-on value and they're an asset. If we do come back down, we can sell them or keep some and sell a couple, and then build ourselves back up again and have a decent championship team like Leeds have done, and be even better going back up and have a better chance season after.
Well said, mate. Well said. Harry and his brother John qualify for playing for Australia as their mother is Australian. Yeah, it's just interesting to see, as there's obviously dual nationality, and I know that they can play for them both, but it's interesting that they've chosen to play for separate countries, though. And it were more, I wonder what the reason is. Obviously, Harry has gone with his mother's nationality, but is there a particular reason for that? I don't know. Since you take over, I haven't heard much about the new owners. Have they got plans for the club? They invested significantly in January, particularly with one signing, which is Tom Cannon. But obviously, we brought in expensive players like Brereton Diaz as well, and Hamza Chowdhury. So I'm confident that the manager will be backed, whatever league we're in. But we're still not sure. They've been they haven't really released any information about themselves. Cool King. There's been no official statement about their plans for the club. There has been it's been sort of not leaked, but it's been like quietly released by the club that we are shifting more to a data approach in our recruitment, and we've made 2 signings of foreign lads that are under the age of 21 in that sort of shift to the new model. Just as I think they're experimental signings at this stage because it's a low outlay and sort of low spend. But one of them already is looking half decent in 21. So we'll see. It's very early days. Is probably the best way to answer.
The only thing I'd like to hear from him about is the training ground, because I'd love to I'd love to let him get that started as quick as possible, which means it's even quicker that we get his academy into a Cat 1. It needs to be done because they're too good for the level that they're at now. They need to be tested at an high level.
Would you say it needs 20 million? Would you take 20 million off if we get promoted? Would you take 20 million off the playing budget and put it in the academy?
That's a good question. It's good. It's harsh in it because I can see a for and against are the reason why you do it.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
If it meant we could still strengthen and get a good shot, and we did come back down because even if we could spend 150 million, and we might still come back down anyway, and still go down. So I can see a for it, and again an argument for it because they might say, well, we'll take 20 million off that. But we get it started and it's building now for the next couple of years. And then next couple of years, we are a yo-yo team. And then eventually it all comes together and they've got more money to throw at it in a couple of years' time. Then I won't be too disappointed. There'll be fans that will be because they'll want to see it straight away. They want to see 150, 200 million pound get invested in the squad. So I get their point of view as well. But as long as you can see that there's a plan in place to make us better in the long run in the next 5 years, then I wouldn't be against.
Okay, nice one. Do we think Anel stays if we go up with this contract situation? Yeah, I think he does, Jared. I think he will stay if we go up. I think he will probably sign a deal that will favour him in terms, I think contracts always lean towards players now. So he's got a year left on his contract in the summer. Ball's in his court. He can do what he likes. In that situation, last time we were on our way up, we sold Illiman and Dye, and we sold Sanderberger in the same situation. I don't think that'll happen with Anel. I think he'll sign a new deal, but I think that will have probably quite a low release clause if we're relegated, maybe 10, 15 million pound. I think it also might have a minimum fee release clause as well. So if somebody comes in with a 35 million pound bid, then he'll go. But he'd go anyway for that sort of price because everybody's got a price, haven't they?
Yeah.
For the $1 Million Man. Simon says, I have just seen your Connor shot on YouTube. We're just not arrogant. I'd me wetting myself. Yeah, absolutely right. We're not arrogant. I agree. If we stay down, I think Callum O'Hare will be too weak for the Prem, but his energy could help us a lot. Yeah, he's good in the press, isn't he? I do like him. I do like him as a player. I'm not sure he transfers to the Prem, but I'd love to be proven wrong in that. I couldn't say why for sure. Burnley still have to play West Brom and inform Coventry as well as the Blades during the run-in, says Michael. That's true. But we also have to play Coventry and go to Burnley. So, and go to Sheff Wednesday. Harry chose Oz. John chose Scotland. I know, Ian, again, I know that's happened, but it's more, I'm intrigued as to why. Not that we necessarily will know the answer. Michael says, Jimmy, Ipswich Town have spent in excess of 130 million, yet only 3 wins all season, which sums up exactly what George was saying. Watched Florists again. Carrot Munchers yesterday. Still played. That Wolfenden looked pretty decent last night. I like him as a player, mate. Defence is a must improve, even if the champions of Europe looked ropey against us when Campbell ran at them. Do you think there's still a gap between the Premier League and the Championship? Still a gap. I think it gets bigger every year, Des. I think it gets bigger every year. I think this year, for the second year in a row, all 3 promoted teams will get relegated. Could happen again next season quite easily. Whoever goes up, Leeds, Sheffield United and Burnley, could all come straight back down again. The gap is huge. Never thought I'd see Burnley concede again, says Joe. Go on, George.
I think that started me personally when Leicester won league, won Premiership. it made City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man U, Arsenal, all them start spending a lot more money. They did have a little break in between, but for like a year or two where they didn't spend loads. But I think it opened their eyes a lot and made teams spend a lot more money, especially top six. You know, your big top six teams, and then other teams like your West Ham's, Villa, Palace, not so much. Trying to think of some of the teams that they started spending more and more money, and they went from signing £10 million players to £30 million players, and that's made the gap a lot bigger because you might be able to sign a couple of them.
Corner to Cardiff, Jod. Punched clear by Trafford. Sorry, mate. Sorry to interrupt you, but
no, you're all right.
Cardiff still got ball on edge at box here. And it's robbed from him. It's unlucky. Can Burnley break now? But a decent start from Cardiff. Time check, we're on 46 minutes and 10, 11, 12. Are you around the same, Jod?
Yeah, bang on. We'll level.
Nice one. So, yeah, decent start from Cardiff. Prem could do with a Yorkshire derby, says Michael. Yeah, let's hope so. To stay up, you need one of the established teams to have a bad season, and we'd need 2 to 3 really top signings, says Josh. Yeah, and then we have to finish the best of the promoted sides, don't we? We have to finish above Leeds, above Burnley, or Sunderland, or whoever it is, and that's if we're fortunate enough to go up. Ball up at top.
Egan Riley, is he going to clear it for a corner? No. Is that for a throw-in,
a little bit wobbly here, Burnley. Suter likes the air miles, says David. PSV have got one back. Simon says, well, I like most fans love a big money signing. How bloody good have some of our free signings been with Wilder? Tyrese Campbell's been a revelation.
There's been a goal in the other games.
Okay.
And it's Hull. Hull have scored. 1-0. It's Joe Geldof that scored for Hull.
All right. Interesting.
And it's Cardiff down this left-hand side. Curl a ball into the box. It's cleared by Brownell. Is it going to come out for a throw-in? It is. Cardiff have started up front foot. I like it. I like to see it.
Yeah, me too. Nigel says football is a PLC. It's all about money. Players well overpaid. I don't think many will argue with that, pal. Southampton are making a good fist of beating some of our records this season. Goal difference could be beaten. Can you imagine? Wow. John says, all 4 games as draws. Any chance Cardiff score again? So you've got all 4 games as well. Hull have just scored, haven't they, as well, pal? So I'm not sure Cardiff will score it, but they've started well. Let's hope so. That's obviously the aim for all of us, really. There's over 600 people here that are hoping for the same thing, I think, apart from Kelv. My only pushback on Ipswich is they basically still had the squad from League One. They needed a lot more investment. Give Leeds 150 million, it could be a different story. I completely agree, Joe.
We did it, though. We had a team from League One, and look what happened.
We did?
We spent about 75 mil, didn't we? So we spent half of that, and we finished 9th. So it can be done. I know they went down season after, but it's not unheard of to be able to do it, is it?
No. Cooler King says, if Cunha leaves Wolves, they might be in relegation trouble next year, so there could be at least one opportunity for promoted clubs to stay up. At least there's a bit of a rivalry there, isn't there, with you and Wolves, so I understand that. But I think the worst Wolves side beats Leeds at the moment comfortably. And that's because I believe in the gap being so big. It's not because I think Leeds are poor, because I don't. I think they're the best team in our league.
Zian Fleming's coming through here. He's going to play it ball through to Marcus Edwards. He's on edit box. He cuts on his right foot. He takes a shot. It's straight over. Good save.
Yeah, good save. Good save. Needed. It was straight at him, but he held onto it well.
Yeah.
All winning, says Joe. Thank you, pal. Jack says, don't like that Burnley are now starting to score goals. Jimmy, think about it. Play it in the rain for Scotland or in the hot sun. Yeah, that's probably true, David. That's probably true. Danny says, evening, gents. Just parked up. Hope you're all well. Yes, I'm very well. Thank you, pal. Very well. John says, like last season, I think whoever finishes third won't win the playoffs. I agree. Nige says, if it wasn't for COVID, we would have stopped up. I personally think the fans are huge for our club. Yeah, it's an ongoing, we'll never know into it. I don't think we see a team do what we did again, go up and finish top 10, unless they sort out the financial structure of the pyramid. Well, Leeds did it after us, didn't they? Under Bielsa. But yeah, I know what you mean, Joe. I don't think that'll happen again. Bully says, if we were promoted, could you see us spending as much as 30 million on one player? I wouldn't be surprised since we spent 12 million in the Championship on one player. It wouldn't shock me anymore, but I'd still be surprised. I'd still be surprised if we spent that sort of money.
Another goal, Millwall 0, Bristol City 1.
Interesting. That brings them level with West Brom, I think. Oh.
It's Marcus Edwards, in it.
Yeah.
On to Brownell. Could it be a penalty? No, the referee waves it away.
He'll get up in a minute. You watch.
Where's the left ball?
Straight across the face, a goal.
Big.
Wowzers. COVID didn't help us that second season, though, did it? Says Dino. No, that's true. Just a pity, George. 24 million that went on Brewster. Oh, we get Edwards, fully class winger, says Jack.
I'm so surprised.
He's going to Burnley.
A Premiership team didn't take him on. I saw Everton get linked with him, and then he went to Burnley, and I was just like,
oh no.
This is no disrespect to Burnley, but I'm just like, really? I was so surprised when I seen him drop down to the Championship. It's strange.
Yeah, Simon thinks new owners will splash the cash. Interesting. Joe says Bristol City actually pushing for the playoffs and Burnley conceding doesn't feel right. I know. And we've got to play Bristol as well, haven't we? Game after next.
Good thing is, it drops. It means Pigs are still 7 points behind 6th place now as well. So
okay. When we're talking about spending money, it baffles me that Bournemouth have a squad and wages as they do, and they have a stadium capacity of just over 11,000. How do they make their money and beat PSR? Not sure, pal. Not sure. They're really well run, aren't they, Bournemouth, to be honest? Oh.
Penalty.
No.
It's not give it.
No.
I only looked up and I just saw him go down and I thought, is he going to get it?
No, I want to pen that. Cooler King says Villa aren't bothered by the dogheads in Wolverhampton, although they are bothered by us or the baggies. The most poisonous rivalry is those dirty blue-nosed thugs down the road. Yeah, I know that's the big one, isn't it? Who will likely be back in the Prem sooner rather than later, to be honest. The bittersweet thing about supporting a team going up to the Premier League, says Bob, is once they're half that team will be sold if you're to survive, get relegated, and you're chasing those type of players again. Yeah, that's true. I think you're a Leeds fan, aren't you, Bob? Jaden Anthony corner, it's headed away.
Cullen, edge at box, out to Edwards, cuts onto his left, whips the ball in, it's headed clear.
Headed away.
Right back to Edwards, though. Who goes down the wing, he takes his man on.
Oh.
Falls over, he carries on, though, gets back up, tries to play a ball in box. I think that's a goal kick. It is a goal kick.
Bloody hell. Josh says, I'm hoping that if we went up or even if we didn't, instead of trying to find value in the Championship, we look at other leagues where prices are much cheaper for top players. Yeah, I think it's been spoken about around the club for a long time, that, Josh. Des says, I don't believe it was watching the whole game. It was watching the whole game. So bored, then put the kids to bed, and then there you go, 1-0 up. Nige says, I think it's clever from Edwards. The Prem can destroy your career in an instant. It's a total different kettle of fish. Edwards going to Burnley gets him used to English football. Do you think Edwards will be a good signing for us if Burnley didn't go up? I don't think we'll get him, pal. I think he'll be on a lot of money. I think he'll go to a bigger club because, a little bit like Nige says here, he'll spotlight himself really well for Burnley. And then teams will think, not that he's better than he is, that'd be unfair, but he's already seen as a real coup for Burnley. And it'll be an Everton or somebody like that, I think, that comes in.
Just pushing back on that and getting used to English football. Weren't you at Tottenham? I don't know if you made any. I don't know if you made any appearances, but I'm sure as a youngster he was at Tottenham and then he went abroad to do it with Sporting Lisbon, weren't it?
Yeah, well, you're probably right, mate. Yes, you're right, mate. You're right.
So he's going to have been over here at some point. He's going to have played youth football, weren't he, as well?
Knowledge is the bomb. Nige says, and then if he gets any interest from the Prem, then he'll go at the end of the season. Bob says, cheering Cardiff on here for you, but we put 7 past them. Poor side. Yes, Jimmy, Leeds fan. Yeah, thought so, pal. Dublin Blade says, if we offer Hecky Brewster for free next season, he'll give us the win on Saturday, going 3-1 with Cannon to score. Interesting.
Take it.
I'll take it and all. John says, do you think Sunderland could drop out of the top 6? I have a feeling they will. No chance.
No,
they're a good side, Sunderland. Good side. Jordan, Spurs aren't any good at English football. How can anyone get used to it being there? Well, excuse me.
It's Burnley coming forward again. Jaden Anthony coming all the way down this left side. He cuts back onto his right. He plays it into Brownhill. Tries to play it behind for Fleming. It's a good interception. Burnley still have the ball. Marcus Edwards plays it in behind the defence. Connor Roberts dinks it up at keeper to back stick. Bobbling about. They try to clear it. Comes out to Cullen at edge of box. Great save.
Thought that were in. Good save.
It's gone out for the corner.
I think he could have held it, to be honest. But
Burnley are just starting to turn screw here a bit, aren't they?
Yeah.
It comes through a crowded play. It's a good save, that. Comes through a crowded play, so he's only going to see that last minute. It's Edwards to take the corner from the right. He plays it short. It comes back to Edwards. To Brownhill. They played it into the box. Sorry, when it was calling it into Brownhill. And it goes out for another corner.
Oh, my word.
Edwards takes it short again. Hannibal. Another corner. Surely they're going to put this in box. That's twice they've just tried short corners and it's gone out for 2 corners. Let's have a look. Edwards takes the ball. Puts it on the corner spot. They go short again. It's Cullen. Into Brownhill, back out wide.
So much space here. So much.
Into the box. And it's cleared. Yeah, they have, haven't they? They're not getting picked up at all. Cardiff are just coming away with it on halfway line. Burnley have got back very quickly.
Oh, nice.
Over the top. Go on, Ashford.
Nice.
Skill. Back. Oh, he's in the cross goal. And it's sort of cleared offline, but not. Trafford picks it up. That were a chance.
Message Cov, says Simon. Ian says, perhaps it's just as well I'm not a mod on this channel. I'm trying to make you a mod, Ian, actually. Yeah, we've been trying to sort that, haven't we? I'll sort that. I'll get onto that as well. Just woken up and it's 2-1. Check the plat chat for my bet. Yeah, I've seen it. It's winter nil, isn't it, Jamie? Sorry, pal. Bully says, I hate agenda some of our fans have for Cannon already. Give that lad a chance. Mind you, I definitely don't have an agenda against Bruce. Yeah, swings and roundabouts, isn't it? You've got to give Cannon a chance. He's hardly had any time on field. It's good that the record of them not conceding is done at the very least, says Will. Enjoyed the 3 Mardy Blades yesterday, Jim. Dave really knows his stuff, says Dublin Blade. He certainly does. I hope he's right about the points return as well.
I don't.
He won't be. I know you don't, because you're going to buy a season ticket if that comes off, aren't you?
Yeah, I told Dave. Go on.
Colwell, when did he come on? Chuffing hell. So Cardiff are doing all right here, coming back into it a little bit. Perry and G, not done bad either. Edwards was one of the bright young players for England, and Geordie's right. He went to Sporting, but has not pulled up any trees and was a bit of a disruption. But Sporting say he will be. He's theirs still. Okay. Would you Cardiff fans take Parker as a manager, please? Says Alan. Robot dance if Cardiff equalise. Yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah, it's on.
I meant with the Brewster come. All right, got you. Could you believe the fan
goal
when Leeds drew? Say again. Another goal.
It's Hull 2-0 against Plymouth.
Oh, interesting.
I
were wrong with that. I thought Plymouth would do well.
Did we go 1-1 in that one?
I think you went 1-1. I went 2-1 Plymouth.
Yeah. I think El Ghazi's coming on, but it looks at this as well. There's 2 subs for Cardiff.
Come on, Cardiff.
Aaron Ramsey and Anwar El Ghazi are both coming on. That's 2 positive subs, to be honest, for Cardiff. Players who can change game.
Yeah. I think Dave the Nose should do a piece later in the season to sniff out some of the bargains we can go for in the summer, says Daz. Sniffing time with the nose. I think that might get taken down by YouTube, to be honest, if it's misconstrued. So we'll have to be careful what we title it, but Dave's more than welcome to do his own bit. He's class. Jamie says, how managed to get a score up next up a timer. Okay, thank you, mate. Yeah. Could Cardiff do it? Says Michael. They could. Great clip of Connor earlier, Jimmy. It's brilliant. Thank you, pal. Yeah, well, he's done me enough times, hasn't he? So I thought it was about time to pass him one back, especially when I saw him being so cocky.
It's Mansberg off for Ramsey, and it's Ashford off for El Ghazi.
Yeah, it's not bad, that. Not bad. Know anything about the 16-year-old kid who we're looking at signing according to Football League World? No, only that is it some not St. Pat's, is it Partick Thistle?
Partick Thistle, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see what comes of that. Get Robinson on, says Scott. I'd like to see Callum Robinson on. Dublin Blade, apart from Brewster, most Championship clubs would take all our strikers. Cannon needs time and patience. Would Calvert-Lewin have been given as much time with our fans as he was at Everton? Probably not. Evening, Jimmy and George, fellow Blades. Come on, Cardiff, says Bry. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Up Ramble on the road. Did you get my email, Jimmy? No, I haven't seen it, pal, but I will check. I mean, the scores on... I know you do, mate. I know that's what you mean. He's on ticker. See if I've got your email, Bry. Do you mean your email address? Because, yes, I did. I got that. But I don't know if you meant you sent me an email. So I ain't got an email from you.
Oh. Bolton's beating Birmingham.
Oh, there.
Yeah. So that's knocked me bet. Which one do you prefer then? Is it Dave the Nose's song? Or
Dave the Nose, I really like as a song, but I think Dave's in agreement with this. I think "View from the Mountain" is the best song, but I do really like Dave's.
Yeah,
Dave thinks he's got the best video, whereas Paul's got the best song. I think that's
I think I can agree with that one.
Fair assessment. Yes, I got it, Bri. Thank you, pal. I got it. I'm going to see if I can sort them mods out tomorrow. Say again, bud.
Time check.
Time check is 62 minutes and 37. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Whenever it's one goal, they've always got a chance, haven't they?
Correct. Goal in it. I would love it. Dave the Nose. He really knows. On the Blades Ramble, we are 3 subs away from 6,100. 6,100. 6 subs away. 3 subs away.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Mate. Radio rental. Smelling great. He's in the know. Yeah.
How did you do that anyway? How did you? Did you have to input like the words on that song, or did it like create it itself?
I described what I wanted.
Right.
I didn't write the lyrics.
Yeah.
But then I tweaked it and I tweaked it and I tweaked it. So I can't say I've written it word for word, but I've drilled it down to being what I want.
Yeah.
And for those that aren't aware of what we're talking about, at the risk of I can pull it back if something happens, but
David knows, he really knows where the wind, I know whispers blow. Smelly brain, he's in the know. David knows, steals the show.
So that's Dave the Nose, and that is being compared to The View from the Mountain.
This is the view from the mountain, with a heart so pure it's astounding. Man mountain, strong and true. What a man, what a view.
Absolute
what
classic.
A man, what a view.
Mate, I absolutely love them both. I love them both. Who made the tunes for the boys, Jimmy? I did. I made them, Brian.
Copyright.
Yes. Get Robinson on. Yeah, correct. Nobody's going to copyright strike me for that one. Yes, get Robinson on. He will score and do us a favour. I would hope so, Ray. Can you imagine? It will be interesting to have a backstory on the 3 Mardy Blades, if there is one, says Kyle. Were you all friends prior to the channel, or is it the channel's doing? It's all the channel's doing, Kyle. Everybody I am pals with. Jord is through the... I know Jord through the channel. I knew one person, Andy the Blade, prior to starting this. Everyone else in the group was strangers before the channel came along. So I don't think many knew each other either. There might be the odd 1 or 2 that were pals beforehand. But like Dave didn't know Man Mountain. I didn't know either of them. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's the best thing to come out of the channel is the community that we've built with each other. Jord, you mind reader, says Bright. Here come Cardiff again, by the way. Nice ball out wide to the right. Perry.
Ramble in it. It looks like they're coming together, but referee's played
Advantage
on.
alert.
I've lost who it is now because there's been a couple of subs, so numbers have changed. So I can't look down on my sheet. Is it Colwell that's out on that right hand side?
I've no idea, mate. I've no idea. You're the pro.
I think number 27 is Colwell. I'm sure it is.
Okay.
It's cleared anyway.
Come on, Sunderland, says Sean, randomly. Burnley will be devastated if they blow a 2-goal lead. Would love to see Robinson come on. He's been good form lately. I would love it too. Got me singing along, Jimmy, says David. Catchy, aren't they? Jord needs an intro song. That might be on the cards as well, to be fair. Both great, but Dave nudges it for me, says Nige. When's Dodgy Motson getting a song? Well, we can look into it. What community you've created, Jimmy. Love it. Thank you, Ray. Very proud of it. 1 in 500, 30,000 gate blades follow the Ramble. Jimmy, you must be doing something right. 1 in 500 blades follow the Ramble. Wow. No, 1 in 50. 1 in 50 of the 30,000 gates. It's 6,000, isn't it? 6,100 nearly. If we're doing them sort of maths, I think. I might be wrong. Oh no, is that 1/5? 1/5?
I don't ask me.
Yeah.
I'll just say yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Testing me there. King says, could see View from the Mountain as being the theme to an action movie. I could see David Knows He Really Knows as being the theme to a children's television program. Oh, can you tell what it is yet? View from the Mountain is in the 80s. I love it, Michael. Burnley is sitting in now. Love it.
And they're making a sub as well, Burnley. 2 subs, in fact.
Sorry, lads. My mate Jim is a Burnley fan and he's just lost his wife to cancer. So I'd like you to give a shout out to Jim. I'm a Sunderland supporter and I'd like to see you do well for him. Absolutely right. I'm so sorry to hear your news, Jim, and I hope you're well, pal. I don't know whether you're here with us tonight, but yes, obviously it's very, very sad. And thoughts are with you, pal. And some of the Ramble now wish they were strangers again. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's nail on the head, to be honest. Bully says, really shocked how empty the Cardiff Stadium looks, nearly as bad as Hillsborough. he's Dodgy Motson, the Dodgy Motson who sells knockoff DVDs to the theme of Knockoff Nigel. I don't know the Knockoff Nigel theme. 1 in 5, innit, Ian? Yeah, I thought so. Is it worth making the songs into shorter stingers? Just the first line for when they comment, etc. I don't want to tarnish perfection, Tom, to be honest. I absolutely love it. And it puts me in a good mood, to be honest, when I hear them. So we might. You'll do well in the Premier League, lads. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Sean. Carol Vorderman, eat your heart out. I thought so. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. No problem, mate. Hope he's okay. Connor's clipping you up. I can clip as much as he wants. I'm not bothered about him. Surely referencing Rolf Harris is worse than referencing Shipper. Well, I don't know, mate. It fits in the same zone, I think. Oh, Cardiff.
Right. Go on. El Ghazi in the box.
Corner to Cardiff. Well,
I don't actually know what he's up on tonight. Jim?
Say again.
I don't know what he can clip us up on tonight. I don't know what we haven't even said out.
don't know. He'll be desperate. He'll be desperate after they weren't arrogant and then saying they were one of the biggest clubs in the world. Dave says, Jimmy, the community you built, and it was you who built it, is absolutely brilliant. We all support each other in hard times, not just the good
Here
times.
comes the saviour, Callum Robinson.
Callum
He's on the
Robinson's
football
on.
field.
Thank you, David. That's very kind. Callum Robinson's on for Bagel. So, right. Come on, Cal. Can you imagine? 20 minutes left. 70 minutes on the clock. 70 minutes and 14, 15. Corner to Cardiff. In it comes low. And it's rubbish. Cleared.
I want him to score and then takes off his Cardiff shirt and underneath he's got a Blade shirt on. That'd be perfect.
That'd be class, wouldn't it? Robbo's on, says Ray. Preston Skipper's off injured by the look of it. Could be big for Saturday. Nice that, Tom. Who's Preston Skipper at the minute? Is it Ledson?
It is.
Connor the Clipper.
Let's have a look. No, it's Ali McCann.
All right, okay. Hannibal's coming off. Is it Lyle Foster that's coming on? And Josh Laron, maybe. And Zian Fleming's coming off as well. Joe says Jimmy has more subs than the Sheffield United upper and lower tier combined. Yes. Yes, we love that. They're the sort of stats we like, Joe. Thank you, pal. Come on, Cardiff, says Michael. Jamie says the reason we won't get a result is because Robinson wasn't on the thumbnail. I can change it. I can change it in post, don't you worry. So Hannibal and Fleming off. Lyle Foster and Josh Laron on. I like Josh Laron. Kyle says Leeds are the biggest club in the country if we're talking about delusion. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. Robbo on. Don't worry, Jimmy. Not that Robbo. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate the clarification. Do you know what I think it is, Kyle, with Leeds? I think a lot of them are a little bit nervous. I don't think they're arrogant at all, but I think the way Connor's phrased his video today, it makes them out to be arrogant and the sort of, and I think they will be mad at Connor, or some of them will, for continuing that sort of thought process in other fan bases. You can't say we're not arrogant and then we're one of the biggest clubs in the country. You might think that as a fan, but you don't say it out loud because there is an arrogance about that. I think a lot of them will be, a lot of Leeds fans who've come over here, we know a lot of them now. Oh, unlucky. Offside. Foster's on. We aren't scoring again, says Jack. It's Jack Burnley then. Okay. Nige says Connor needs to concentrate on clipping his eyebrows to get that head. Looks like Hans-Peter Geerdes, Scooter's lead singer. Oh, my goodness me. Soon watch you two than Connor, and I'm a Leeds fan. Nice one, Des. Nice one.
Love that, Des.
Bolton. Nice. I like that, Bri. So Birmingham losing. Jamie says this is what I mean, Jamie. You what, sorry?
That's my bet done. Wasted a fiver. Cheers, Burnley.
Connor said in a recent video about them potentially getting into Europe in the near future. That says it all. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So there'll be Leeds fans listening to Connor say that, and they'll be saying, what are you talking about? Let's get out of the Championship first. Do the job in front of us, and then we can focus on building. It's never that easy. I don't care how big you are historically. Ducky Fuzz says, do we both need to start worrying about Burnley? I'm a Leeds fan, and I'm genuinely worried. No, I don't think we do, pal. I don't think they're very good. I think they're going to get a result tonight, probably, but I'm not sure.
To get a result here, though, don't you, as well?
Yeah, you do. You do. And they will run us close. Certainly, Sheffield United, they'll run close, but I don't think they're as good as us. I don't. Just under this or that Sheffield United edition on Twitter, can't answer the questions myself. I can see us pulling away from Burnley before we play them up, play a 5 to 6 point gap. That's what we need. Trafford takes it on his chest for some reason. Well, it was the 3 Madrid Blades. You say 96 points with champions, but after Leeds game, saying the best we can hope for is to go up with him. Yeah, but if he did, so Si, this was what annoyed me earlier tonight. I saw that clip that Connor did, and I said, if we get 96 points, we'll go up as champions. And then I said, actually, how many points are Leeds on? This was my full sentence. How many points are Leeds on? Oh, they're on 76. They're going to get more than 20 points this season, so we won't go up as champions. He's chosen to just clip the first part of that conversation and make out like he's just twisted what I've said. So that's why he got a video back today. As a lad from around Leeds, I think they have this entitlement to be in the Prem because they have a large following. Yeah, I think they do. They're a big club. There's no doubt about it. Wrexham winning at Huddersfield.
One city. They're a one city club.
Yeah, they are.
If you, I know it's all ifs and buts, but if you put Sheffield as a one city club, we've got 50,000 fans there.
Absolutely right.
50,000 fans at least. So you know.
Connor, two personalities, McGilligan says Joe. Jimmy, they will get into Europe if there's a war. I told you a few weeks ago before Leeds played in the cup that their B team would get top 6, then lost 3-0. I think Connor was on glue with his rant today, says Michael. Connor's comments. Oh, yeah, sorry, Scott. Yeah, I understand what you mean now. Birmingham are losing. Oh, dear, what a shame. Never mind, says Villa fan Cooler King. That's a goal kick to Cardiff.
Real Madrid are winning 2-1.
What's that, sorry, mate?
Real Madrid are winning 2-1. Arsenal,
right,
Arsenal are 5-1 up.
5-1 up, aren't they? Yeah.
No more goals in Championship, though, as it stands.
No. Tom says, I will say for Leeds, their city is covered in LUFC street art and colours. Even the street power boxes are all painted up. Kind of wish we had some more stuff in Chef. Shout out to Matty Greer, who does his bit on match days, getting posters up all over the red half of Sheffield. Absolutely brilliant. Code Blades Ramble at the checkout. Liam says, Leeds have won just 2 of our last 12 championship matches that kicked off at 1:30 GMT or earlier. Roll on Portsmouth 12 p.m. kickoff. I did see that stat, actually, Liam. But they're there to be broken out of them sort of records. We never get, Des says, as a Leeds fan, we never get Euros, not for years. He talks out of his bum at times. I agree. Absolutely, he does. I have to say, I wish Leeds fans would stop acting like we are up already. There's nothing in it. It's still very tight in there with so many games to go. Look, you're playing really well, and chances are you will go up as champions, but you can't just assume, can you, that it's done? We'll be interested to see you go through Burnley's fixtures to do the predictions like on 3 Mardy Blades and see what final total for them would be. Yeah, it's hard not to be biased, though. You look at Dave the Nose, and as much as we love him, and I think he's usually the most level-headed of the 3, and I think Paul's probably the most statistical of the 3, so we'll do it on fact. I think Dave generally is very level-headed. To have us finishing on 102 points is absolutely ludicrous, and I think he'd tell you that himself. The best we can hope for is second place, not playoffs. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, up behind the round. I agree, Kel. Absolutely right. There's no middle with Connor. You either get the total deluded or the 2 seconds of sense.
Corner Cardiff.
Corner Cardiff. It's a good job Leeds are a one city club, because if Connor was from Sheffield, you can tell which side of the city he'd be from. Yeah, you can. That's a fair point. This time last year, Leeds fell apart. 2 to 3 wins in the last 11 or 12, says Joe. Don't tease me. Don't tease me.
Aaron
Ramsey with the corner.
Oh,
You've got to beat your first man.
Rubbish. And now Burnley are on a counter-attack here. Good defending from Cardiff. Just managed to get back and clear it away.
Perry NG did well there.
Callum Robinson.
Al Robinson.
Down the right-hand side. Looks as if he's going to cross it. He cuts on his left foot. It goes into the box.
Oh, hit the bar! Cardiff have hit the bar with an header.
It was the goal scorer and all. It's that Salic that's hit bar with another header. Yeah, Robinson looked at cross it with his right foot. He dummied it onto his left foot, curled it onto a penalty spot, and
well
he
done,
heads it
Cal.
And it's the crossbar.
Unlucky. Bully says, what position do you think we need the most investment in? I think on the wings. I think we need a centre-half. I think we need a centre-half first and foremost, because you can always adapt the formation, but there's some positions that you need, and we need a centre-half.
And a right-back.
A right-back, yeah.
We've not
Jimmy Dunn, who can do both.
Sariki's obviously coming through. Gilchrist will go back. Harry Clark will go back. We're going to be short in that area.
Marcus Edwards off. Sammy Ento on. I would like us and Leeds to go up, says Si. It would be a good 2 games between us, and I think you two work well together. Plenty of content. Yeah, we're both hoping for the same, to be honest. Evening, lads, says Holly. Good evening, pal. It's cold outside. There's no kind of atmosphere. Sheffield is a one-club city. Barnsley have 2 teams. Nice. Seeing the clubhouse is shutting down. Yes, sad news. The clubhouse is shutting down. Another one. Can't see Leeds throwing away this year, says Bright. Me neither.
Is that Sammy Ento with blonde hair?
Sammy Ento, yeah. Burnley look nervy at the back. I didn't think I'd say that, says Joe. Yeah, they do. Still over 10 minutes to play here. Burnley will not get second. They're awful, says Matthew. Joe Gibson, that was scary. It's not till Sky says it is. Okay. We need a right back and a right winger. Yeah, we do. And a centre half. Oh my God. Is that hitting the bar, Michael, that you've just seen? I'm not sure. Burnley can be got at, though, which is promising. They certainly can.
El Ghazi clears it.
come
Burnley back
on,
in
Cal.
possession, though. It's all the way back to
they don't look great. Any news on Blaster since back on the grass? Insta post? Not yet. Josh, working on it, pal. Working on it. 2-0 Bristol City. Thank you, Scott. Can't rely on my media man here in the building to keep me up to date.
It's literally, sorry, it's just literally flashed up on my phone.
I'm only kidding, mate.
Too busy watching this match, and getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Harry
Bristol City.
Coleman.
Don't sleep on Bristol City. Let's get Preston out of the way, but then we've got to worry about Bristol City, I think. What, the clubhouse bottom of London Road, the old Scholar? I assume so. It is.
Yeah, it is.
Kyle says, to be fair, a lot of fans from other teams will watch us and think we're awful. All that matters at the end of the day is the scoreline stat.
Corner, Cardiff.
Would you like Mez? I'll drive him to Sheffield. No, thank you, Michael. No, thank you, mate. Awful goalkeeper.
He looked dodgy, didn't he, in that first half? Them crosses that we were putting in that were fumbling every time.
I know.
Corner comes in, it goes to the back stick. It's headed out to the edge of the box. I think Colwell picks it up. He's going backwards.
Wide left. That's the one.
Comes back out to El Ghazi. He twists and turns his man. Puts it back onto his left foot. Tries to cross it. Doesn't even reach the box and it's cleared. But Cardiff still have possession. It's an header back to Colwell. Robinson's making a run in behind. He doesn't play it. He's falling over his own feet, but still keeps the ball. Terrible pass back. Cardiff still in possession somehow.
Come on, Cardiff.
O'Dowda cuts onto his left foot, crosses it, and it's cleared by Brownhill.
O'Dowda's on it, though.
Not gone far, though. And that looks like a foul from O'Dowda. It is.
No. Oh, chuffing hell. That place has been getting worse last 4 or 5 years. Not surprised it's closing down. I don't know it, to be honest. I know it's somewhere that a lot of Blades go. So Ramsdale will be available in the summer once Southampton are relegated, says Michael. Yeah, they will.
Yeah,
He's
Leeds,
been linked to Leeds,
can have
hasn't
him. Yeah, Leeds can have him. He's a great keeper. You take him.
Tell you what.
Tell Poppard on fingers.
He could not lace Michael Cooper's boots, that lad.
I think if they don't like Melier, they'll not like Ramsdale.
No, they won't.
That's going off what we've seen of him.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, sometimes it can be a good shot stopper, but he's another keeper that dropped so many mistakes. So that's why he's ended up back at Southampton. If he were any good, Arsenal would have kept him.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's not a done deal, this game, you know.
The Cardiff are pressing. At least they're pushing and having a go. They're not just sitting in.
Yeah.
And seeing game out and thinking it's over. They're at least having a go, which I don't mind to see. Trafford clears it. Headed back in from the Cardiff defender. Colwell loses it. It's Lauren. Tries to play a ball in behind. I think that for Forster, but he doesn't get it, and it's collected by Cardiff. We'll play it out to O'Dowd at the left back position, and he plays it all the way back to the keeper. I would think this is a clearance upfield. It is.
Good ball.
I think they've probably been Cardiff for the last five minutes or so. They've been a better team, haven't they?
Yeah. Got to do something though, haven't they? As it stands, 84 minutes on the clock and 12, 13, 14.
Burnley are just seeming to get a bit. They've got every man behind the ball now, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Deeper and deeper. They're trying to see it out.
Walling up.
Robinson plays it in behind. O'Dowda gets it, but he flex off him. And it's cleared by, I think it went.
You jammy swine.
It's Lyle Foster. Sarmiento cuts inside. Is he going to have a shot? He doesn't. He plays it across to Josh Brownell. He brings it into the box on the right-hand side. He crosses it to back stick. It doesn't get to Foster. Colwell collects it to Perry NG. Who brings the ball out of defence. He's pushing forward. Back to Colwell. He turns backwards just inside his own half. That's it. That's it. Just keep the ball.
Come on.
Chambers plays it out wide. O'Dowda picks it up. El Ghazi. Essentially to Ramsdale. I'm not calling Ramsdale. Ramsey. So O'Dowda. Cardiff probably looking to go long here. No, becomes short instead.
Oh my God. Good press from Burnley there.
Yes. Who's number 2 that's come on for Cardiff?
I don't know. Oh, it's a poor ball.
Ramsey tries to play a ball over the top and Trafford just collects it. 5 minutes left. 4 minutes left, in fact, with added on time to come.
Praying for a robot moment. Come on, Cardiff. Me too, Will. Me too. Ramsdale will be on his 4th relegation in his professional career. Says Joe. Ramsdale, the relegation kid. Kyle reckons that'd be 4 or 5 on his CV. The relegation warrior. Been fairly impressed with Cardiff. Come on. I haven't, Michael. I just think the 2 poor teams, not poor teams. I think Burnley have been slightly better. Probably about right, his scoreline, to be honest.
Yeah, because first half, Burnley were comfortably better, weren't they?
Yeah.
Second half, it's not been as comfortable as they'd probably like. Run with it. El Ghazi comes inside to O'Dowda. Nice. Ramsey. Plays out wide to Colwell, just on the edge of the box.
Oh.
McKinney has a shot. 5 yards and it's miles over the bar. Chambers.
Jesus Christ. Apologies. Will Rammers go on strike for a better contract and more money at Southampton before looking for a move? The Judas, says Dublin. Yeah. Scott just
he'll have got something in his contract. Sure, he'll have got a relegation clause in his contract.
It'll get slashed on it.
Yeah.
Josh says, whenever we've gone up in recent seasons, there's been an unlikely hero, Stearman Medine. What squad player is your money on making a difference this year? Oh, good question.
What an unsung hero this season.
Yeah. Could be somebody like Harry Clark, couldn't it? Popping up at back stick with a rare goal, or Burrows has chipped in. Might be somebody like Tom Davis. I don't know.
What about Rob Holding? Not playing that many minutes and then
mate, I'd love it.
Scores an header.
I'd dine out on it saying he should have been in squad all along. 88 minutes now. It's not looking great.
We need 7 minutes added on. But I think there'll probably be 4 or 5.
Who's playing better in the last 15? Says Jamie. Cardiff are better in the last 15, mate. This is why Burnley will finish 3rd or 4th. A good team like the Blades or Coventry or West Brom find another goal here.
I don't know. We tend to get to 70 minutes, and then if we're 2-1 up, we go into a shell a bit, don't we?
Yeah, I agree. It's about whether, I think, Scott, it's more about whether you see these games out when it's nip and tuck like this.
Yeah. Good teams do, don't they?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we do. If we're like we just said, we're tight at this point in a game. We're just trying to game management and see it out, and that's all that Burnley are doing. What we got here is it a Cardiff throw?
Yeah,
and it's taken short. They're compact, and they just win the ball back and clear it up at halfway line. Back out for a Cardiff throw-in.
Ian says Fish came on at half-time for Rinamoto. That might be number 2. Mark is nearer my house than the net. That shot. Wild shot, says Michael. A lot of forgotten about Moore, so Moore still has a key role to the end of the season, says Matthew. The goals have been spread out quite well this season by us. Worries me less when players getting injured. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Burnley throw. I think Sam McCallum is my unsung hero, says Joe. Arsenal 6-1 now. Sam Salmon. Leap like McCallum, home from the sea.
Yeah, to be honest, I've not minded McCallum this season because when he's come on, he's done a decent enough job.
Yeah, yes.
And I do like it sometimes. I said it to you before on one at Watchalong. I like it when he comes on and we push Burrows a bit further forward, you know, on that left-hand side. 5 minutes have been added on.
Oh.
Callum Robinson out to El Ghazi. There's a runner in behind, but El Ghazi turns on his right. He has a shot and it's miles wide. There's no corner on that one. That is wishful thinking.
Looked a corner to me, that.
And now Trafford is full on time wasting.
Can't blame him, can you?
No, definitely. We'd be expecting Cooper to do the same, wouldn't we? So for the viewers, when's his next watch along, Jim?
Next watch along, mate, will be, well, I'm hoping it will be Sunday. Card for Trafford.
Which will be Portsmouth versus Leeds, isn't it?
Portsmouth versus Leeds, yeah. And I say hopefully because I'm in doghouse a little bit, really. We're supposed to be going to Caravan on Sunday. So, but I'm pretty sure we'll be doing watch along. It's just I'll have to take it on chin. So
you'll see me twice on Sunday then if that's the case. Should have a ramble on road, shouldn't we? And then
correct, yes. Yeah, we will have. Yeah. Oh, well done, Perry NG.
Oh. They're not going to score, are they?
No.
Burnley just playing a nice high press now.
They're not special, are they?
No, I don't. I think he just showed level at this championship though this season.
So there's 5 minutes at a time. Brian's just asking how long left. 5 minutes at a time, and we're almost at 92 now. We're just at 92 now, so 3 minutes left.
El Ghazi to take Roberts on. He comes back, plays it to Ramsey. He goes onto his left foot. O'Dowda takes it in behind Brownhill. Tries to play the crossing, but Brownhill gets a touch. And then it is cleared out for a Cardiff throw-in. Deep into the Burnley half. And now Ashley Barnes, surely he's got to get a booking here. He's a substitute and he just knocked ball out of O'Dowda's hands, but he doesn't. Ramsey with it. Back to O'Dowda. It comes out to Callum Chambers. He shapes up to
Why
shoot.
is Callum Chambers fixing to shoot? Do not do that.
And G chips it. Oh, but go on then, back stick. Oh, he's missed it. What a chance.
You've got to score. You've got to score.
That's Will Fish. That's where you want Callum Robinson. And G plays the ball in onto a penalty spot. It were Gutas who wins the header. And Will Fish is free at back stick. He shoots. Does Trafford even get did he get a leg to this? No. He's just tried to play it past him and he's completely miscued it. That was the chance. Don't believe it.
Fish. Burnley are so lucky.
It's full time in the Millwall Bristol City game. That's finished 2-0. 90 plus 6 as it stands in the Hull game. They're 2-0 up, and Preston and Swansea is 90 plus 4, and they are 0-0.
Full-time Rambling's worth being in the doghouse for a few days, if you ask me, says Joe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want
full-time at Preston, sorry.
Is it? 0-0.
So that is 0-0, yeah.
Shows you from the curry last week, Jim. Tell her what's what. That's true. That's true. How's you missed that, says Ray. Millwall did a minute's applause in support of Liam Roberts. Crazy that.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me, though, to be honest with that club. But
so we're in last minute, 94, 18, 19. He gets pumped into the box. It's going to be cleared here. Lyle Foster, yeah.
I think that's going to be game over. 30 seconds left, and it's out for a Burnley throwing down right hand side in their own half. and they're wasting time. Connor Roberts trying to have a chat with referee, making it look like he's doing something, but he's not. 15, 16, 17, 18 seconds, 19 seconds. He's just wasted nearly 30 seconds of time here. Finally takes a throw in. And it's oofed up into air. O'Dowda wins the header. El Ghazi then flicks it on forward.
It's going to blow a whistle here.
Yeah, surely. Burnley clear it up. And G heads it back to his keeper. Did he know? He gets intercepted by Foster, who gets into the box.
You what?
Plays it backwards, and it's cleared. He should have shot. I can't believe he didn't shot. Maybe that's the confidence level that he's at the moment. But and Burnley take it into corner flag. It's out for a throw in. It's got to be full time now. I don't understand why he ain't blown his whistle yet.
You joking? He's commentator, not Paul Walker, the co-commentator.
What did he say?
He said it's great that Burnley are trying to go for a third goal rather than run the clock down.
Full time.
Full time, 2-1 Burnley. And
it finished 2-0.
Can say Burnley are lucky, but from the sounds of things, it's what we've done before. It is. They've managed the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another class watch along, lads. Thank you, Martin. Appreciate that, pal. Great show, lads, says Michael. Thank you, mate. Fish by name, pish by nature, says Goalie King. It's not hard to see how Leeds beat this lot 7-0. They're rubbish and Burnley aren't much better. I agree. Burnley don't put any fear in me at all. They're going to run us close. And obviously, they've got a knack of getting results, but they are not all that. Fish that stank, says Michael. Has that goalkeeper rule been implemented? Don't know what you mean, Jamie. Cheers, guys, says Chris. My bets are cursed. Yes, they are. So lucky. Cheers, lads. Another great stream. Thank you, Jack. Damn it. Cheers, lads. No worries, Bri. Cheers, Fish. You swear word. Cheers, lads, says Si. Thanks, guys. Enjoyed the watch along. Thank you, David. Thank you to everybody that's here. We've got over 700 people here. If you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe to Behind the Ramble. We're always doing stuff like this. Jord has made it a much more professional and polished presentation. So thank you to Jord for joining me again. Another better, lads. Thank you for making this evening better. Thank you, mate. That's lovely to say. When's your next watch along, says Kel? We're hoping for, well, it will be. It'll be Sunday. It'll be Sunday for the... You'll see me before then, obviously, because we've got loads of content coming on the Blades Ramble channel. But the next time we're on Behind the Ramble, I think will be for the watch along on Sunday for Pompey against Leeds. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, George, says Sarah. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Sean says, good win, lads. Hope you get back in the Premier League. How are the lads? Thank you, Shawnee. Hope you're all right, mate. Burnley next 5. Luton at home. West Brom at home. Swans away. Bristol City at home. Cov away. They're tough.
That's a tough run, isn't it?
Games. Like that, Scott. You made me feel better already. Cheers, guys, says Ian. Great watch along, lads. Shame about the result, but Burnley aren't special. We can beat them. I agree. Fish couldn't get his fin sorted out, says David. Oh, we're going up with yous, but hey ho. Yeah, you might do. I fancy Sunderland for playoffs. Spawny Burnley, says FV.
I'd like them to go up Sunderland at teams that are there.
Yeah.
You know, if it were us and Leeds top 2, and if there were a choice at teams that are in,
I agree, mate.
Other 4 places, then yeah, I'd like Sunderland to go up. They're a good club.
Sean says, cheers, fellas. Have a good night. Ian says, another great watch along. Thanks, Jimmy and Jord. Boring Burnley. Kelly says, always a pleasure watching your channel. Thank you. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, up Behind the Ramble. Thank you, everybody that's joined us tonight. Jord, thank you for joining me, pal. Very much appreciated. And I'll be seeing you very soon. I'm seeing you a lot this weekend, I think, in different places. We've got a busy weekend.
You will be.
Nice one, mate. Thank you for joining us. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards.
Up the Blade.